Welcome everybody to another Wizzerd Wednesday. You'll see that I'm back in my regular digs again after last week where we did a little bit of on-site fun. We got a lot of good stuff to work on today on Wizzerd Quest 2, so we're going to get right into it. Before we start, I should just say really quick, originally we were going to be working on hit feedback for today, but I had a discussion with Jeremy earlier today, and he brought up a very good point, which is that we really don't have that much time before the game comes out. And as much as polish is great, we should probably save the polish until, like, after the game comes out. Or not after the game comes out. Like, the weeks leading up to release. After the demo comes out, but before the full game comes out. Because, you know, 1/4 of a polished game is obviously worse than, you know, having a full game that maybe lacks a little bit of polish. And that's not to say that the game is going to launch broken or anything like that. It's just to say that we need to focus on, you know, knocking out the remaining features before we do polish. So, with that in mind, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So, instead of working on hit feedback, which honestly probably would have been boring anyway, we are going to be working on getting player housing working. So, I hope you guys like it, and, oh, hey, John. So we're just going to get rolling, and, yeah, let's jump in there, shall we? So, I'm going to get, Wizzerd Quest pulled up really fast. And as I said in the Discord chat, to those of you who are watching on Discord, we might just get a little bit of a tease of one of the game's opening cutscenes, if you ask politely, tonight. So, look forward to that. Alrighty, let's get in here. Waiting for it to boot up, and then I'll put my display capture on. I want to make sure I don't accidentally spoil you guys, because I don't know where this is gonna open relative to the last thing we worked on. Oh, you know what? I gotta pull the source code. We're out of date. We're all ancient here. I've been working on my laptop the last couple of days, working to assure you all that the game does work on macOS perfectly fine. So, and that's one thing that we've been really like striving for, is making sure that we run the game on every platform and develop the game on every platform so that we can periodically check it and make sure it runs well. And it runs perfectly on basically everything, including the Steam Deck. The only problem with the Steam Deck right now is that there's no button to trigger the on-screen keyboard, but we just gotta talk to the Steam API about that, so that's just something we can do later. Anyway, the game has now been updated, so I'm gonna boot her back up now, and we'll be ready to roll. But yeah, so tonight, player housing. If we have additional time, then maybe something else, but I think player housing is going to be the first thing that we work on, just because it's kind of important. So to explain what happens with player housing, essentially, the way it works is, if you want to recover health, unlike the first Wizzerd Quest, you don't just have to sit around and wait for your health to go back up. You can go to an inn, pay a couple of bucks, and your health will be replenished. But the caveat to that is, you have to pay every single time you do it. So, what I was thinking is if you have a player house, right, you can buy a house if your reputation is good enough and you have the money, and then you can just sleep for free whenever you want inside of your house. So, it's an expensive upfront payment to buy the house, but then once you bought the house, then you're in good shape. So, with that in mind, gonna get right in here. Alright, so we, I don't think we actually have an NPC that's, like, hooked up to do that right now. So, I say we just, we wing that sucker and just go for it from there. So let's do that, shall we? Let's open up NPC test, which is just our base NPC for testing. Ignore the skin that's currently on it; that changes all the time. So I guess, yeah, I guess the best step will be to just basically fork the regular NPC into a like special merchant character, or better yet, how about we just make the guy who sells you the house a regular NPC, and he just sells you a key? That might be better anyway, because, you know, players like consistency. If you buy everything the same way, that makes more sense. So we'll just make a house key, and when you have the house key in your inventory, then you can go into the house. So I guess we need to actually make the house, right? So let's do that, shall we? See here, Wizzerd Quest. Still called Wizzerd Quest 64 internally, but of course the game is Wizzerd Quest 2 now. It's just too much of a pain in the butt to change it after the fact, at least for the, you know, the amount of stuff that's going on right now. John says, "Bro, my internet." Yeah, I know. I was talking to oh, I forget I forget his name in Twitch. It's Awarzawa in the Discord, but they were trying to stream from Discord, or they're trying to stream from the UK, and apparently it was just abysmally slow. So sounds like everybody across the world is having a bad internet night, except for me. I think it's working okay. I hope you guys can see my stream. Anyway, let's get to work here. So we got this house. I'm just gonna measure out really quick. So the player's eye level is about 2 blocks at a 5 scale. So I always do that just so we can have frame of reference. Okay, so this is gonna be for the first area. So I feel like the house shouldn't be too big. It'll just be like a nice tropical bungalow, right? So what does a bungalow look like? Let's let's get some stock photos pulled up, and let's see what happens if I pull up a see what happens if I pull up just like a bungalow or like a. Let's see. Okay, well these are just people's houses. That's not really what I want. Well, that's, yeah, see, this is kind of the vibe. Not necessarily on the water, although we could put it on the water. Ooh, we could put it on the water. Okay, so that's actually a question for you guys in chat. Is this something that you think should go in town, or do you think this needs to be outside of town in like its own little space? Like, would you rather live in town close to where all the merchants and everything are, or would you rather have the house kind of out in the country? Let's see here. Can I see a good picture of a bungalow? Let's have a look here. Bungalow. Let's say tropical interior. Ah, these are postmodern and hideous. That's not what I want. Although actually, the top floor having a bunch of windows does kind of give me inspiration. Let's build like basically a jungle mansion. I feel like that'd be fun. I'm gonna make the house a little bit bigger than I think it should be. Because historically I seem to do a really bad job at scaling these things, and things always end up smaller than I expect. So I figure if I plan for that and I make the place bigger, then it should be about the right size. So let's do that. In case you guys are wondering who that is in the comments right now, that is my nephew John. That's cool. John actually worked with Condorsoft a couple summers ago on our first ever released game, which was just a game jam entry from Ludum Dare called Data Duty. So anyway, so let's see here. So let's build this bad boy out, shall we? Let's see here. So I'm gonna okay, this is a very okay, so let's just see the player size again. So I'm thinking we need a kitchen, or whatever like the medieval equivalent of a kitchen is. So I'm imagining, right, I'm just gonna block this out really quick just so we can see. So imagining like couch, and then like a couple of little chairs. I'll make the couch small. Yeah, a couch, couple of chairs like this, you know, around. This is like the living room. We'll put like a big fireplace out this way like that, and then we'll I don't know. Let's see here. I mean, is there a such thing as like a kitchen? I mean, we can make one, obviously, but I'm just trying to think from like a practical standpoint. Like, what would a kitchen in a medieval house even be? I mean, I feel like the fireplace is where you'd cook everything. Yeah, maybe we need to redesign this a little bit. I feel like maybe the opening region. I mean, it's not super big. Maybe we need to shrink the house down a little bit. I don't really think we need to buy a stately manor in the first area. We should probably save that for the rich parts of town. Let's just bring everything in a little bit more, like so. All right, shrink that, and we'll shrink that. Slide that in. We'll fix the outer walls being all weird and funky later. Well, this is very tight, but I guess that makes sense, right? It's like a little tropical hut, basically. So let's put a staircase in, because that'll be fun. So we'll do like that. We don't want it to be too steep, and I'm using a ramp so you don't have to jump. I will reiterate that I heard all of your lovely and very colorful feedback about the ramp in the first Wizzerd quest. So I am, or about the lack of ramps, the fact that everything was stairs, and we're doing ramps now. We're doing copious amounts of ramps all over the place, so you don't have to at me anymore. I'm aware of the ramp situation. Oh man, yeah, people. It's funny because that was one of those things when I made the first Wizzerd quest. I did not think that was a big deal at all, right? I just thought I was like, oh yeah, you know, the stairs you gotta jump up. You know, it's whatever. It feels retro. And dude, I got like flamed for that. I was not expecting that, like, that level of like hate. People were pissed off. And that's not to say that it wasn't justified. I think I underestimated how much of a pain in the butt it was to have to jump every single time. But like, whoo, lad, they were angry. They hated me. They had my number. Not literally, thankfully, but anyway. So with that in mind, I'm really gonna do my best this time to make sure that you have plenty of ramps that you can just smoothly walk up instead of forcing you. So let's see here. So we'll just keep going. I'll make this bigger and see here. The music you're listening to, by the way, guys, is from the Wizzerd Quest 2 soundtrack. In case you're wondering, it plays when you're in one of the boss areas. I'm not gonna spoil which one. Although even if I told you the name of it, you wouldn't know what it was. So I don't really know why it's that big of a secret. But whatever. I like to build suspense. I like to build aggressive customer suspense. You guys are hopefully paying for the premium surprise experience, you know, when you play the game for the first time, and I don't want to ruin that by telling you all the stuff you're going to encounter ahead of time. So I think it's probably easier for me to just leave it. There we go. Got some nice wood floor beams. I guess I should probably like frame this. I'm no house builder, that's for sure, but I feel like I could like go across like that. That seems better. And then I'll pull these beams back so we don't have the texture flickering, the Z fighting by having them overlap with each other. So there we go. Alright, so I'm guessing, let's see here. Let's go back to 5 sides. So a door would be like, even if we do a double door, it's like this just about. So you come in. Yeah, that's not bad for a player house, I don't think. Alright, let's make a nice countertop for the player, shall we? I feel like that's something the player would enjoy. So we'll do like half height, and then we'll put a little slab on top of it, a little piece of, I don't know, granite something or other. And what I'm thinking is that the bottom floor should be kind of dark and have like a fireplace, and then the upper floor should have like big skylights in the roof, like that picture that I pulled up. Like, not that, well, kind of like that, but we don't want to be able to look directly out, because then you'll see that you're in a different space relative to the rest of the world. And we do that for performance reasons, and also just for persistence reasons. It's easier to keep track of a small scene. You know, if we bring the whole world in, then like you just have to deal with things like enemy AI pathing while you're in your kitchen getting food. Oh, we're also gonna have a chest, by the way. So with that in mind, you'll be able to go into your like basically your storage, and put stuff away that you might not actively want. And then you can also use that as a way to reorganize your inventory, so that you don't have to just like sit with, you know, a bunch of stuff at the front and a bunch of stuff at the back and everything be in the wrong order. You can use the chest as a way to like sort everything. That way you don't have to worry about it. So, all right, so here we are. We're making like a certain amount of progress. I mean, there's more to do certainly, but we'll get there for sure. So let's put the remove the couch and everything. Let's do the you know what I can do? We already have like a really nice fireplace in one of the in like the shop. Let's find the shop. Let's see here. Interior. Shop 1. Is this the one with the nice fireplace? It is. Look at this beauty. Oh, she's a beauty. Sound like Steve Irwin. Rip Steve Irwin. But anyway, let's use this. Rather than working harder, let's work smarter and just, you know what they say? Good artists cheat, or good artists copy, great artists steal. I mean, I'm stealing for myself, so I don't know if that even counts, but you know, whatever. All right, so we'll bring that in. Woo! That is larger than I expected. This is a smaller abode than I was expecting it to be. This. Okay, the other is supposed to be like the back wall. Okay, well that's fine. We can we'll like drop it in, and then we'll just move the other wall so that it doesn't texture fight. If we just dang, is it really gonna be? Well, that's like normal size though for the player, so this is gonna be, I don't know. I mean, it'll still be, I think, an okay size for a player house, especially probably the cheapest player house in the game. But like that definitely calls into question how large the overall like structure of this is gonna be. That's okay though. All right, let's see here. So we're making good progress. So what's this? Oh, that's the fireplace. We'll shrink that down slightly so that it doesn't. 3. Yeah, there we go. That oughta. There we are. Okay, so we're making it. for sure. We're creeping along. All right. And I assume you guys can hear the music and everything. Guess we'll find out. Let's see here. Okay, so we've got our little island. I imagine that we'll put like a table there in the middle. And then upstairs we'll have a big bed. Do we have a bed? I actually don't know if we have a bed in the game. Let's see. Bed. Do we have a bed? We don't have a bed. We gotta go find a bed model. Oh, we gotta get a bed model. I could make a bed model, but I feel like we're probably better off just like looking for a bed model. So let me see let's see who made our other furniture. Cause I bought this furniture on a pack, on itch.io, and I want to see who made it, because if the same guy made a bed, that would be awesome. Let's see here. Do I have it listed who I bought this from? I feel like I tend to do a pretty good job of crediting people. Let's see. I did not. Well, that's okay. That's good anyway, because we need to find it so that we can make sure that their name is in the game's credits. I will pull up itch.io here on my other tab. I'm just gonna keep it. I'll do some binding off camera. I'll keep this off screen for just a second while I verify that everything is here. Just because I don't want to accidentally dox myself or someone else by accidentally showing my purchase history or anything like that. Desk and chair. Let's see here. Bed. Is this it? Yeah. This was some of the dungeon props that we got. And I'm perfectly happy to show this because this is, but let's see here. Oh, there we go. M16 assault rifle. That's what we need for our game. What is this? No, I don't want to buy it. I just want to see other assets. Just take me to the asset. I don't want to buy it. Oh, that's a modern apartment stuff. We probably don't want that anyway. That would be pretty funny to have like a modern toilet in it. Yeah, see, this is we use a lot of these. Now, obviously, we did some changes to it. We reduced the texture resolution. We decimated the polygons. A few other things like that to make it a little bit more like appropriate. But it's still, it's nice to have something to start with, because if there's one thing I'm not, it's like a Blender modeler. So let's just look for. So I'm just gonna look for. Well, I guess I don't have to take the camera off. I'm just gonna look for a bed. I'm just gonna type bed and see what comes up. All right. No. These are all like modern beds. Not what we want. It's gotta feel like, nice and like grungy, but in like an acceptable way. I guess we'll have to leave itch behind and go to Sketchfab, which that's okay, because I have a commercial account. I can buy things on Sketchfab too. Buy 3D models, furniture and home. Here we are. All right. Bed. Let's find a bed. Ooh, medieval elegant bed. We'll put that in another tab and come back to that. Old wooden bed. Oh, that one's only $4. That might just be a winner, purely for budgetary reasons. Medieval bunk. Why is it $10 for a freaking bunk bed? I mean, I guess, somebody else worked on this and they probably put a lot of effort in, so I should be nice. I should respect the effort that they put in by purchasing it, but also, Wizzerd quests need money. Wizzerd quests require compensation. Old single bed. That seems affordable. We might end up just buying whatever is the cheapest one. Because like in terms of like, the actual model, it's no big deal to me to like decimate polygons and shrink texture resolutions and stuff. I will never make the game look like an asset flip, of course. But I will, it's okay to use assets that you legally purchase, provided that you do enough transformative effort to where it fits the rest of your game's art style. I mean, oh, collection, game ready. Oh, let's see. Does it say what format? FBX. Well, that's okay. We can just ram them through Blender anyway. Oh, bed, chest of drawers. Fancy chair. Chest that we can use. 2 chests. Ooh. For an affordable price. See? Oh, 85,000 vertices. Good God. Wow, that is indeed a very, very rounded chair. Hold on. Let's look at this in the... Where is it? Show me the polygon, the triangles. Yeah, that's oh my God. Yeah, that's gonna need a little bit of decimation, but we can decimate. That's no big deal. Honestly, $7 and we get all this stuff. I feel like that's simply good value. That's simply good value. All right. Well, I will. I think I'll move this over to the other screen, and I will purchase this. I'm gonna do it off screen just in case any of my like payment information comes up, because I don't really want to dox myself or my payment information if possible. Yeah, see, it just pulled up my billing address. Let's not have that visible for the chat. All right, let's see here. Coming in. Yeah. That's all fine and dandy. All right, is it doing my personal? PayPal balance. What? Oh, okay. Well, it says I have. What do you mean unavailable at this time? Well, I got my... Okay, well, it got it. But I'm just going to check my PayPal really quick and make sure it didn't just, like, overdraft me. It's saying that the Condor Soft bank account is unable to be connected. Did one of you clean me out? Did you commit wire fraud? Let's see. Well, I have PayPal balance, but, ew, the person I bought this from is named Joe Gush 3D. It's kind of icky. Whatever, Joe. If you want to gush, that's your prerogative, I guess. Well, I have money in my PayPal balance. Thanks to everybody who bought physical copies of Wizard Quest 1 for giving me the PayPal balance that I used to purchase this. So I'm going to download this as an FBX. I'll cut back here now. I'll close all these other tabs. Close tabs to the right. Okay, so I downloaded it as an FBX, and you're saying, Trent, you imbecile, you cannot use FBX. You're using no. They don't support Autodesk. Well, I know, but I'm gonna import it in Blender and export them as GLTF files, because I mean, should do that anyway, because that gives us the opportunity to decimate all the vertices and everything and make it nice and chunky, as we like, or chonky, depending on your opinion. All right, so let's go in here and let's have a look. So I'm gonna open up Blender 3.6. I actually don't know if that's the newest version or not. I'm just winging it here. General, the poor light and cube all must be destroyed. Import FBX, download. What is this thing called? What's the name of this download that I got? Let's see here. It's called Old Wooden Furniture Collection Game Ready. Well, credit to them. That's it's an appropriate nomenclature. All right, I'm just gonna make a new folder in my downloads really quick called Old Furniture, and we'll drop it in there. So let's see there. Put that there. Paste everything in. It's pasting it. Yes. Oh, it's just one big FBX file? Well, that's lame. Okay, well, whatever. We'll have to split them off. That's fine, I guess. Game ready, my rectum. There we are. Okay, well, at least they're actually separate meshes. So we'll start with the bed first. Let's see here. Everybody with the bed can go away. Okay, so let's have a look here. Why is the bed so off center? How do I? Somebody with Blender experience, remind me how I move something. Oh, move. Ah, I'm helping. There we go. Okay, so this is in the middle. Oh my God, the poly count is ridiculous. We're gonna have to do something about that. Look, there's the creases in the pillow have been individually modeled. This is untextured. Good God. No, we're not doing that. That's just absurd. I mean, credit to whoever modeled this, but it's just, you know, for this game, that's a little bit much. Let's see here. Is it modifiers? Add modifier. And before you ask me any questions about Blender, I just want to let you guys know that I am absolutely horrendous at Blender. I've just learned the absolute bare minimum required to operate in this society. Let's see here. Where is decimate? There it is. Okay. 88,000 faces? What? You're kidding me. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a lot of polys. Okay. So let's cut that down to like 0.25. Oh my god. It literally looks exactly the same. I just cut 75% of the polygons out. We're still at 22,000 polygons. Okay. 0.025. Okay, now we're at 2,000. That's, we're getting there for sure. I think maybe we can do just like a little bit more. So let's just do 0.02. 1,800 polys. I mean, it's honestly, this is like a good example, I think, of like diminishing returns when it comes to polygon counts, because we're at 2% of the original amount of polygons, and it looks almost exactly the same. I mean, it looks a little different, but I think once you slap, I mean, hopefully the texture is going to do some of the heavy lifting. Anyway, so we got all this. We got this. I think we're just about there. So let's, what happens if we shrink to 0.01? Okay, yeah, now that is starting to cause a little bit of visual degradation. So we'll go back up to 0.02. A whopping 1,800 polygons. That's still, you know, child's play compared to the 80,000 that we started with. So let's, we'll export that and we'll bring that out as a good old GLTF, because that allows me to, properly import it to Godot and have access to all the lovely things. Well, actually, I guess we could save some file space and just export this as an OBJ file, because the textures aren't baked into it. So we can just I don't want to say cheat, but we can shrink things down a little bit. So let's see here. So I'm gonna call this, what was the name of this pack? This furniture pack called? Old Furniture Pack. All right, well that's easy enough. So we're going models. I'm making a new thing called Old Furniture Pack. Yeah. Bed. I know, it's a very original name. Bed. Okay, so let's come back over here now. We'll get rid of the dude there for a moment, and let's okay, so let's yes. Okay, well, it seems to have at least gotten it. So let's see here. I'm gonna, well, you know what I should do? I should go get the we should go get the texture too. That way we can validate that it looks good. So let's get the folder, old furniture, textures, small. See here, I'm just looking for the word bed, because this is all normal, roughness, metallic, base color. Ah, very high definition. Let's open this bad boy in Photoshop and perform forensic analysis. Let's see here. Okay. All right. We got a bed here. What are we looking at? This is presumably a PNG too. It is. Image size 4096 by 4096. What am I, made of pixels? Let's do 320 by 320. Bicubic filtering down to something a little bit more reasonable. Let's see. Still looks like a bed to me, baby. In fact, that might actually be too high resolution, but we'll try it and we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna save this in the same place we put the others. Let's see here, textures, or no, not textures. We'll put it in with models. I know that seems counterintuitive, but when I'm using packs, I like to put the models and the textures next to each other. The textures folder is really more for stuff that I've made, you know, that follows like a set structure. These don't really fall in neatly, so it's better to just put them with their respective source. So I'm gonna call this bed.jpg, and let's see how much we can get away. So that's already 76 kilobytes, which is you know, pretty small, but it looks like we can crunch it down a little bit more like that, and it looks exactly the same. So 35 kilobytes. That's a number I could live with. That almost fits inside of a Commodore 64. That's pretty good. And before the people of you say that, oh, well, only like 30K of RAM was available in a Commodore 64. I know, I was being hyperbolic. But I'll, you know, whatever. Fine, whatever. Okay. So we got, I'm just going to use a Node 3D as a base for this, because it lets me do some fun scaling and stuff that I can't always do if I just have the body by itself. Let's add a mesh instance. Yep. Let's go get our mesh instance that we just added. Models. Bed. Ah, that was easy. Looks all right so far. Let's see if we can get a texture for it, all right? Surface. Let's see here. Make unique. Surface. Make unique. Okay. Whoa, interesting. It came with metallic and specular properties already. That's interesting. Well, I'm turning those off. And we'll set the shading to tune for both. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to look weird at first. I know. We'll put the sampling to nearest bitmap. All right, let's go get an albedo texture, baby. Baby. I'm the Joker, baby. All right. Ah. It's got some rainbowing from the... I hate when it does this. This is Godot's like texture compression algorithm, making it all rainbowy. Let's see here. Uncompressed. There we go. Yeah, it looks pretty good, I think. We put it in a room with a baked light map. I think we'll be in good shape. So let's do a couple of little things really quick to ensure that this thing is as needed. So, actually, you know what I'm kind of curious about? Which of this is the sheet? Is this all the sheet? It is. And then that's the pillow. Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? Little Minecraft bed action. Let's go back and look at this this again. So is there... I can't see any. I can't see a dang thing. We could make the... Could we make the sheet red and just see how it looks? Because that would be really cool if we could give it a little bit more color. The brown is just a little drab. That's not to say it's bad. I just, you know, I think we could do better. I think I could do better than this trained artist that I purchased this from. But you know what I mean. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Oh, I'm missing some spots. Hold on. Let's grab these. A little over is better than under with this, because I can just trim out the no. Be gentle. Let's see here. Size 1 pixel. Okay. Just that. Just this. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's good enough. Like I said, we'll trim it. We'll trim it after the fact. But let's see here now. So we'll do image, adjustment, saturation, colorize, a little bit like that. That's way too saturated, but we'll, you know. There. I'd sleep on that. Okay, so let's trim around the spots where it's looking a little funky right now, where the red's bleeding into the wood. Alrighty. Oh, Bible. Hey, Bible, welcome. All right, so let's just do that really quick, and I'll put it right where it was before, but we'll save this. And if we don't like it, we'll just roll back to the other. That's why I made it as like a separate layer. Old furniture. It's a JPEG. Yes. Bed. There we go. Yes, bed already exists. I know. All right, let's see if the red bed looks any better. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, it's all right, but it's, first of all, it's bleeding onto the pillow a little bit. And secondly, it's a little garish. You know what? I think we might just stick to what we got. I feel like it was probably like that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Let's just bring it back to brown. Brown isn't the prettiest, but it'll get the job done. It ain't perfect, but it'll get the job done. It's all right, I suppose. Yeah, okay. All right, you win this time, artist that I bought this from. All right, let's I should probably just make like a really simple mesh or a really simple hitbox for this instead of actually like generating one. I feel like that's a waste of processing power to build some kind of like crazy hitbox for this. Let's see here. Collision shape. And also, Bible, just so you know, it's every Wednesday now. So if you're here at Wednesday at 8, I'll be here, at least until the game comes out. All right, let's see here. I'll bring that in. Bring that in a little bit. It's okay if it hangs below. I don't imagine any scenario in which you're crawling under the bed. 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 Yep. Okay, so that part's good. We'll add another collision shape. We'll put it at the headboard. It's still way too large. What? Oh shoot, I forgot to make it unique. Oops. There we go. Now I can shrink it. Bible was playing video games with girlfriend and time just flies by. That's very true. Oh. Oh. Oh! We crashed it. We crashed the game. Well, yeah, Godot will do that sometimes. It'll just like poop its pants if you're doing something like that. Well, good thing we didn't save any of that. Oh well, this will take like 2 seconds to redo. That's okay. Well, oh, if it ever loads. Oh my god, I can't believe that. I've noticed that before though. Sometimes when you're like clicking around like models where there's like a lot of intersecting vertices, Godot will just like poop its pants and stop. Where are we? Ah, yes. If you're wondering what the giant pink thing is surrounding the map, don't worry about it. It's not important. Not important. Mum's the word on that. All right, let's make a new scene. We'll add a mesh instance. There's the bed. Hooray. I'm going to make the bed unique. I'm going to make its material unique. I'm going to fix the thing where it says it thinks it's metallic for some reason. Wait, is it, which way is it? Is it that way or? I guess it's 0. I don't. Yeah. Okay. Albedo's back to that. Texture is models, old furniture, bed. Fix the sampling. Okay, we are pretty much back to where we left off. Let's add a static body. And now, before we get any further, I'm going to entities. Or would it be under models? Let's see here. What is these? Okay, well those go under there. So yeah, I'll put it here then. I'll call it bed 01. That's a good name for this. Because it's the first bed we had in the game. All right. So now we have bed 01. So we can at least rest easy knowing that in the event that this is, you know, collapses again, we can at least get back to where we were before. All right. Box shape. Show me my gizmos. There we go. So let's just, I like to eyeball collision shapes. I know it's probably smarter to be like mathematical about it, but I don't know. I think there's a simple elegance to doing it this way. All right, there we go. Don't crash again. What the hell? Dude, it hates that bed. What in the world? Why does it do this? It just did it again. Well, at least I saved that time. So this is much more recoverable. But like, dude, what is the problem? It's probably because we're using a beta version of Godot. I'm sure, you know, they're an on-release candidate now, and we probably should upgrade. But you know how it is. You know, you don't want to break something. All right, let's see here. Oh, shut up, Ashley. All right, let's see here. Gizmos. It looks like the problem comes in whenever I like touch the actual bed itself. So, but not always. Save. Drag it a little bit. Save. I'm just gonna keep religiously hitting save to make sure. Okay. Duplicate. Drag. Make unique. Shrink to little bitty thing. Okay. Drag back to position. Okay. Bring up. Okay. Okay. And I won't do the bottom because it's just like just that little bit. Okay. We've saved it. We are okay for the moment. So we have, I think, successfully gotten the bed to the point where it is. Oh, wait, one other thing. Let's unwrap the mesh for ambient okay, and where is it? Global illumination. We want it to be static. Yes. Okay, cool. Oh, you know what? We never actually finished the house, did we? We were like halfway through the house, and then I got distracted looking for furniture, and we never finished it. So let's finish the house, shall we? We've got our little countertop. What else did that pack come with? I don't, let's see what else there was, because I probably should have looked at that before. Let's see here. Where did it? No. My purchases. Here we are. Okay. Tables, chairs, dressers, barrels. Okay, none of that stuff is like particularly relevant to the modeling part of this, so we'll just keep on keeping on. Okay, so here we are. I'll bring these down. Let's change the music. It's been playing the spooky music for like way too long. Let's get something else going on, shall we? I'm kind of tired of this. Let's play something more upbeat from the Wizzerd Quest soundtrack. Music. There we go. I don't know if we actually use this in the game for anything right now, but it's nice. We'll probably, worst case scenario, it'll be the player housing music. And if you're wondering why I made the wall so thick, it's so that with global illumination, it's you know, the house is lit correctly. You know, there's not like weird light bleeding through. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a little like cabana roof where there's like a little slit, and you can maybe see out. I think that would be really cool. I like the idea of that. Just like having like open, basically like partial open air on the top floor. Let the sun come in, and then we can do some fun stuff with the hitboxes as well. I guess that side should stay tall because that's where the fireplace is. We'll bring it down to like that. We want it to where the player can just like barely not see over it. Ooh, this is going to be so nice. I hope it's going to be nice anyway. Let's see here. So now we'll take this. Alrighty, let's see here. So we'll bring that in just like that. Should probably make it actually reach, which is kind of funky actually. There we go. Okay. Now we'll make another one. We'll put it on the opposite side here. There. Cool. I'm thinking, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. What? Why is one of these 4.5 and one of these 4? That's weird. There. Now they're both 4.5. They can be friends together or lovers together. I don't really care. Oh, but you know what? They should be. Oh, this is wonky. Okay, so what we actually need to do is we actually need to divide this into 4 corners. And then do it that way. I'm picturing like a, you know, like a one of those like kind of sloped Polynesian like straw roofs. So let's do that like that. Is that about the right? Is that about even? Let's see. No, I'm off by a little bit. So it looks like if I shave half off of this one and half off of that one. There we go. Okay. And am I right on this side? Let's see. Not even close. Oh man, how far over am I? Let's see. I am a lot. 2 whole blocks. So we'll shave 1 block off of these and 1 block off of these. And now we should be good. Okay. Drag them into place. Okay, yes. We have our little symmetrical thingy now. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, so we'll bring them up. Now let's bring them out so they cover the signs on all sides, right? Or signs, the sticks, the support beams. My God, what is going on with me today? I don't know, guys. I got a case of the silly fits. Okay, now we'll just take all those, grab it in the middle like that, and we'll bring the whole thing up. Ah, woo, yes. Mostly. I don't like what's going on with the bits there. This is a step in the right direction. I don't love the weird, like, triangular bits. Can I... How do I... Can I collapse that in somehow? Probably not. What happens if I take the corner and collapse it like that? Does that... Oh, and then I do that. That made no difference at all. Wow, that was a waste. Maybe I should just learn to love it as such. It is a nice, it's still a nice house. Maybe I should learn to adapt. Be more flexible. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you know, it's not that bad. I think that'll be nice. Provided the player can't jump up and over, which he might be able to. We'll have to Oh yeah, because you know what? If there's any furniture and he jumps on the furniture, he's just gonna be able to come right out. Okay, so let's raise the ceiling a little bit, because that's gonna be freaking Borfy or one of those speedrunners is gonna end up just like blowing through this whole thing. And yes, at Borfy, you hear me? I'm calling you out. I don't know if it was you or TGX Andy, but one of you figured out the whole drown to skip levels thing in the first Wizzerd quest, which is still just absurd to me. We're not doing that again. Okay, this time unspeedrunnable, he says, unintentionally damning himself. He says, making enemies from his entire fan base. Alright, here we go. Players like this tall. Surely that will be enough. You know what we should do? We should go ahead and test this. This is not my style. Normally I just like ram it through and then do the whole thing at once. But, ooh. Hello. Hello, new person. Alright, let's see here. I think we'll, I think what we'll do is we'll, why did it put it in the trench broom? The trench room folder. I never save things there. Let's see here. This would be maps, interior, and we'll call it Home 01, because this is home in Overworld 1. Easy enough, I think. All right, so here we are. We got this lovely little doohickey. So let's actually try and like make this map now, because I want to test it and see how it does. So let's see here. What a Qdo map, 2 Godot, like that. Yeah, it's set to 16. That's all fine and dandy. Maps, interior, Home 01. Do a quick build. Just give it a glance. Oh, some of the textures came through. Oh, those are the ones I stole from the other map. Well, that makes sense, actually. Okay, well, we'll do a full build. And then we'll do this lovely thing that Godot added in Godot 4.3, where I can just say, create collision shape. And it'll even do a static body for me. So there we go. So it did all the collision baking for me in like 2 clicks. That was just, I love you, Godot. So now if I add... I guess I should be it proper and add the views class. And I think I've talked about this before on stream, but the reason why we add the whole class called views is because if you're playing in co-op, we want the ability to set the players relative to each other. Okay, there we are. Okay, now I haven't saved it. Darker than I pictured. Wait, is it because everything is hold on. Let's see if I turn the graphic settings onto lo-fi. Yes, okay, so it's because there's no environment. I don't want to be a negative Nelly. But I feel like this might need a little bit of work. I think the actual like scaling is good, at least what I can frickin' see. But yeah, we're gonna need to. Well, at the very least, we're gonna need a world environment so that we can see. So let's see. I'm just gonna go to. just gonna go to Overworld 1 and just steal the environment and the lighting from it, right? I mean, this is like a jungle cabana house within like this area. So why don't we just you know, we just copy it. I mean, that makes sense anyway, right? Then it'll be visually consistent. So let's yes, you copy, and I will probably make the environment unique. That way we don't have to. Okay, so there we go. So we're already in better shape. Ambient occlusion looks good. All right, and now let's take the sun as well. On the world? Oh, views now has all that other crap in it. I moved a bunch of the HUD elements out of the player and into the views class. That way, because in Wizzerd Quest 1, some of the feedback I got was that if you played with 2 people, when you talk to somebody, because it was squished to only one player's view, it was like unreadably small, especially if you were playing on a 1080p or lower monitor. And I know that a lot of people have high resolution monitors today, but you know, we're always aiming to make this game as just compatible as possible across the board, especially for like low end computers. And so for me, I felt it paramount that we do our best to make sure that this game ran on you know, sub 1080p monitors, especially when you consider that there's platforms like the Steam Deck, which are brand new and use 1280 by 800 screens. Anyway, with all that in mind, I say all that to say that we want the game to support we want it to be like fully viewable on, you know, monitors of that type. So with that in mind, could you tell about you game? Oh, could I talk about the game? Oh, yes, I can talk about the game. Thank you, person. I assume you've come into Twitch organically. Okay, yeah. So the game is called Wizzerd Quest 2, and it is basically a hybrid, somewhere in between, like a 3D Zelda game, an old dungeon crawler like Kingsfield 4, and an RPG like the Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall or Morrowind. So I'll actually we'll come in here and I'll just like walk around. I'll show you for a second, because yes, you're right. You absolutely. If you've not heard of this game before, allow me to tell you about it. So yeah, it's like a proper like full-featured RPG. You can like explore around all these different regions. You can follow like the main storyline. There is a storyline. You can take side quests and join guilds. You can commit crimes and get a bounty. You can go to the church and pray to have your bounty reduced after paying like a little tithe. You can go dungeon crawling. Like, look, here's a dungeon here. Let's go dungeon crawling. Right? There's a whole multiplayer aspect to this, because you can play the entire game in split screen co-op with a friend. So if you don't want to play this solo, you can absolutely play this with a friend. Doing some combat right now. You can have, there's different classes. So like right now I'm using right now I'm playing as like a warrior class. But you can also play as like a magic class or like a thief who has like not a lot of stamina, but he does like a lot of damage. You can like sneak up on it. So there's like classes in the game. It's just and all of this, I should mention too, is going to be really cheap. We're estimating its MSRP is going to be like $15 US. So you get all this with full co-op, no microtransactions, no DRM, nothing like that. For what I think is a very reasonable price. So if you like RPGs, if you like games like Morrowind, I definitely think that you'll get your money's worth out of this. And we also have a Discord, which is fun because that allows players to directly submit feedback. Bible, if you're still in the chat, do you mind dropping a Discord link? Or Ashley, just somebody. And yeah, and I should mention too, we're going to have a free demo available coming soon in like a couple of weeks, and that demo is going to be completely free, and it will include like the first third of the game. So with that in mind, even if you don't, even if you're not like 100% sure about whether or not you're going to like the game, you don't have to just like take the plunge and buy the game and then figure out later. You can actually just play the. Oh, Bible doesn't have the right. I forgot about that because we had so many spammers in the chat. I had to block links. Sorry, Bible. I bait and switched you. Let's see if Ashley or Jeremy are in the chat. No, neither of them are. That's okay. Hold on. I'll just grab a link really quick. Sorry, Bible. I tricked you. That's it, isn't it? Yes. There we go. And so you'll be able to, you can keep up with like our updates and everything there. But yeah, the game is coming out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna have all kinds of oh, I fell. It's gonna be a great like retro RPG. And Yeah, I definitely think you'll get your money's worth if you like old school role playing games, especially if you like games that you can play with a friend, because this is like I said, it's the entire game. You can play it all the way through with a buddy in co-op. So I think that's my like 10,000 foot view of what the game is. It's like a new old RPG. So anyway. So what I'm working on right now is I'm actually working on player housing, so that you can actually buy a house and like explore. You can like take a break and kick back and relax and enjoy time by yourself. Let's see. Bible says you can theoretically play online co-op. Yes. So just to clarify on that. So yes, you can play with a friend if you're both in the same room with split screen, but our game is also going to fully support Steam's remote play together functionality, which basically allows one player to stream the game for another player, and then they can play remotely. So although it's not proper online multiplayer where both people have a copy of the game, the advantage of this is, it saves us time from a development standpoint, and it lets you play with a friend when only one of you owns a copy of the game. So yes, if you want to play online with somebody over the internet, you can use Steam Remote Play Together, and it will be fully compliant with Remote Play Together when the game comes out. And the game comes out beginning of end of summer, beginning of fall this year. September is the plan right now. So you should be and Bible. I hope that I didn't just surprise you with that. It's been on the Steam page for a while, but yeah, the release date right now for Wizard Quest 2 is in September. So yeah. Anyway, it's we're coming along. So. With all that said, we'll get back to working on the player house. But yeah, that's the like 10,000 foot view. So I hope that answered your questions. And yeah, like I said, if you're at all interested and you want to provide feedback, definitely join the Discord channel, because it's a good place. All right, well, so we'll get back to work now. So we have at least, I think it's like at least visible now. So let's go back in now and just walk around and see how this is in terms of like actually getting around. This is fun. It feels like I'm in like an architectural rendering of a house. Oh yeah, and you can play it. You don't have to play as a guy like you did in the first Wizard Quest. You can actually hear right now. I'm actually playing as a girl. But anyway, so this is the. Well, I think the size is about right. It's a bit bare, but I think we're in the right path for sure. So LFG, yes, you can play as a girl. That's true. And if you're playing in co-op, then player 2 is a goblin, or as in the universe of Wizard Quest, a roblin, which is basically just a goblin but more a little bit. You can be a grill. Yes, I just want a grill. my wife won't let me grill. It's like every like cartoon written by a boomer is like, I just want a grill. He's not a pet. He's like a sentient being. But yes, he is. Player 2 is a roblin. And that's something that the people in the Discord are very, somewhat concerningly excited about. So, all right. So let's actually start texturing this place now, because I feel like we're at a point where we're like ready for texturing. Let's see here. Let's do some texturing. You're excited. Yes, I hope you're excited, Bible, because it's coming soon. We are just hammering this thing as quickly as we can, trying to get it out to you guys, because I know you've all been very patient, which is very appreciative. The other place where I heard grill was a Purple Cliff. Yeah, no, this is grill. I love the term grill, especially I just want a grill. I just want a grill, for God's sake. Why won't my wife just let me grill? I like that I'm saying all this about my hypothetical wife when Ashley is here and she's just like watching me in the chat. Flame her for not letting me grill, when in fact I don't think she has an opinion about grilling at all. Okay, let's see. We'll add like a little baseboard to the oh, whoops. We'll add like a little baseboard here. Bop, bop. Where are we at now? There we go. And Patagum is here. Welcome, Patagum. So we're working on player housing tonight. So if you can provide, if you'd like, you can provide input in real time on what you think of our design choices, and by our I mean mine, because this is my operation. So let's get back to work, shall we? I love that's like my favorite thing to do is just like the like completely unhinged Bob Ross where it's like you're just nice and you're having a good time and then you just snap all at once. See, this is why I'm gonna be the world's best streamer. That was a joke, just for the record. I don't think that's gonna happen. I choose to believe it could. No, I don't care about being a streamer. I just care about making games that are fun, and I think we're succeeding at that, at least so far. Wizzerd Quest 2 is like objectively I was over with Jeremy last night and we were working on it, and we've the game has like gotten a lot more. You can play like a lot of the game now, and it's like objectively like really fun. Like it's a good time when you're playing it. So I'm very excited for everybody to get their hands on the demo, which will be in a few weeks. It'll be very soon, actually, probably within just a couple of weeks you'll be able to play the demo. And I'm really looking forward to that because I hope that you guys enjoy it. But if you don't enjoy it, that's okay too. It's still good that you guys are playing it because that gives us an opportunity to take your feedback into account and make changes so that the game is what you're looking for. But yeah, at least subjectively, speaking perhaps a little bit biased as the creator, but I think that the game is a lot of fun. I'll say this, I think it's way more fun than the first Wizzerd Quest. So if you manage to play that one and have a good time, I definitely think that this one is a more fun experience. Let's get a nice. Oh, that's hideous. Let's not do that. Let's get some. We need like some nice wood. No. Oh God. Honestly, maybe we should just keep like a consistent wood theme. I don't know. It could be nice. It could also be really ugly. Going back and forth on that. Let's see here. Metal. Is it metal? No. Metal. There we go. Okay, so I think. What are you? Oh, you can be that now. Okay, anyway, let's see here. So now we're. Yeah, that's a little ugly, honestly. I wonder if we can. If we rotated it, would it make it better? Let's see. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, I turned the music off. I'm sorry, guys. Let's put the music back on. There we go. All right. Nice. It's a little ugly. Tell you what. Let's put it to the test. We can do like a quick. We can do a build. Here in Wizzerd Quest and see. Oh, it's actually not that bad in game. I actually don't mind it. It looks better than I thought it would. So maybe we will leave it just like that for now. Because that's actually pretty good. That's kind of what I was picturing in my head. So we'll come back in now. Okay. Well, that's why you test an engine, folks. Because these things like Trench Room, they'll lie to you, not intentionally, but just by the nature of being totally unshaded and not having any lighting, you can't really get a feel for what things are supposed to look like. All right, I'm gonna rotate these all 90 degrees so that the beams don't look like they're made out of strips. There, that looks better. And then I have to rotate you by 90 degrees because you're facing the wrong way. There we go. But now I also have to rotate you. Oh, this job is just thankless. All right, angle 90 degrees. There we go. Yeah. It's a pretty good. Alright, so we'll come up here, and I guess we'll use the same wood texture again, honestly. I don't really think it matters all that much. I think it's coming along. Let's see here. I'm going to steal all of you and bring you up to the second floor. And now you, I'll get rid of. You, I'll drag into position with you. You, I'll cut off here at the doorway. And you, I bring up to top. Yes. There we go. A little molding goes a long way to making a house good. See, I should be like on like a home design TV show. Only it's people designing their houses in Wizzerd Quest. People would watch that, right? HGTV and whatnot. They would watch a random nerdy guy build a video game cabin, right? Right. So what should we do for the roof? I almost feel like if we have like a grass or something, like a dry grass, I feel like that would look good, like a thatched roof. But I don't know if we have anything like that. We have like living grass, but that's like hideous. We don't want to do that. Maybe we should just use like a nice dark rich mahogany. Like that. Could look okay. I mean, we'll fix the rotation on it, but let's see here. If I do that and I rotate it by 45 degrees, does that fix it? Yes, kind of. Okay, 90 degrees is not right. What's 45, 90, 105? Wait, 135. Okay, 135 is what I was looking for. Okay. Okay. Then you, I think you'd be 45, wouldn't you? Let's see. Yep. Okay. It's a very good color. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not 100%. We'll have to do some fiddling, but that's okay. I love fiddling. Not actually playing the fiddle. I just mean like screwing around. I'm not a fiddler. A fiddler on the roof. I was actually in a production of Fiddler on the Roof when I was a wee little lad. That's a fun Trent fact. Now, what if we made the supports all like that color? Maybe if we added like a little beam to go along each way, just to make it seem slightly more supported, that would help. Yeah, I think that actually does make it look a little bit more like rigid. Okay. Outside doesn't really matter. You'll never. Well, I say you'll never see it from the outside. I guess you might. We will make a more detailed outside, and then use that when we actually get to the point where we have an outside. Like right now, there's you know, the inside and the outside are separate areas. There's not really a reason to you know, include all the furniture and everything on both sides if we can help it. It's just a performance waster. But you know, if you guys are really. If you guys really feel like you want it, then we can make exceptions. Here we go. We rotate this by 90 degrees. Yes. Bring that in. Reading Redbug has dropped in. Hello. Welcome. We're doing player housing tonight. Let's see. We got Z fighting on several spots. Wait, what? How do we have Z fighting? That's not right. You're not in the right spot. Get out of here. There. We still have Z fighting in various places though, so I'll fix that. Let's see here. Bump. Bump. Even though this isn't, you know, I just gave that whole speech about how you're not going to see this part. It bothers me. It bugs me when there's Z fighting. So I will fix Z fighting anywhere I find it, just for the sake of my own sanity. All right, let's see here. Pretty good. Okay, let's test that. I feel like that's. Oh, you know, let's do something for the stairs too. Let's see. They should be a different color, but let's see what we got. Ooh, you know what? What about that color for the roof? Like. Oh, you know what? That kind of, yeah, I kind of like that. That feels like a thatched roof. It's not actually thatched, but it kind of looks like it. We'll try that and see. What are you? What is the angle of view? 135. Let's see what happens if I set this one to 135 too. Yeah, okay, that's what I want. Let's fix that one too. I'll set these two to 45 degrees. Angle 45. Boom. Ba ba ba. All right. Now we're doing okay. Now we're cooking with metaphorical gas. And in that case, I might change these to be the other color, the more brown color. Yeah, it feels very tropical. All right, let's have a look and see how that looks. Huh. Yeah. I don't love the brown here. I feel like it should probably be the other gray after all. But I will say in general, this is looking pretty nice. I mean, you know, it's where's, you know, there's stuff that needs to be changed, certainly, but that's okay. Did my static body get moved? I noticed that the collision's not lined up anymore. Well, it doesn't really matter. As long as the, everything here is still in the right spot. I mean, all that really matters is, like, once we bake everything that it lines up. So, alright, well, this is good enough for now, I think, for testing's sake. Okay, cool. Well, let's keep at it, shall we? I I really don't know why that moved, though. That's weird to me. Whatever. We'll just delete it for now. Alright, so what else do we need? Well, we need to fix this from being quite so ugly. And then we'll start adding furniture and stuff. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, we're in good shape, I think, guys. Alright, let's see here. So first things first, we'll fix this and make this the right color. And we will, let's see here. Fix you and you. Not you, and you and you. We'll set their angles to 90 so that they look like proper beams of wood. We'll fix some rotations here. So you... Yeah, like that. Well, actually, we'll give you that. Nah, that's fine. Okay, and then these, the sides, will give... Feels like an old trailer here in the American South. That's what this looks like to me. It's not necessarily a negative thing. It's just... It does definitely look like wood paneling in someone's trailer. You know what? Wait. Where'd all my paneling go? Wait, don't tell me I dragged the paneling up instead of copying it. Oh no. Oh god, I robbed the ground floor of all the paneling. Ugh, I think. Yeah, I think well. Wait, no, both of you. Gosh. What is wrong with me? I'm ruining this place's rustic Americana charm. There we go. Okay, now everybody's got framing, except I should probably remove it by the front door so that, yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's do the countertops now, okay? So I feel like these would probably be like stone or something on top if I was designing this, just so it would have, you know, it'd be nice and clean and sterile to use. So let's see, do we have any good stone? Let's see. I feel like a granite countertop is really unnecessary for what is essentially like a jungle bungalow, but I like it. How about that nice granite color? That seems pretty nice, I think. There we go. All right, let's give this another shot, shall we? Let's put it in the wait. Ah, I did it again with the stupid paneling. Oh my god. I keep okay. Yes? Okay, for God's sake, everybody stay still. Nobody touch my paneling again, please. I beg you. Okay. Everybody good? Everybody is good. Okay, let's bake this again. Full build. Alright. That's it's pretty nice, I think. I guess... You know, I should make the trim follow the stairs up. That would look really nice. Grr. I hate when I have to do things. I hate when I have to do things for the game that I love making. Alright, let's see here. So this should go all the way across, like so. And, okay, so I'm just going to duplicate this, right? And bring it into there. And then I'm just going to... take that. Well, I guess I should bring it down to here, and I'll duplicate another one while I'm here, but that's okay. So now we'll take this and yes, like that. Yeah, that already looks better. Dang. I hate when I take shortcuts and it bites me in the butt. All right. Rotate that. Bible says goodbye. Bye, Bible. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Buy a copy of Wizzerd Quest 2. Tell your TF2 friends about Wizzerd Quest. Alright, see here, we bring that down. And yes, I'm aware of the Z fighting. We'll fix that right now. Yeah, this is looking classy. Okay, so now let's bake this again now. Okay. Yeah, alright. Well, I think we're, this is probably ultimately what we're gonna go with for the design, right? I feel like this is everything else left that needs to be done to this place. I think is more, you know, more about, you know, just adding stuff. So like in engine. So I think we'll go ahead and we'll lock that in. So let's start doing texture work. First thing we gotta do is make all this not a horrible, icky PlayStation 2 looking smudgy mess. So let's go through and set all the shading, tune, and sampling. Okay, that immediately makes a big difference. Setting this to tune shading. The way we diffuse light, making it punchy with the tune shading really makes a big difference. No, nearest bitmap. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of this. It's just kind of like a little bungalow where you can, like, the sun is like shining in through your house. We'll have to adjust the sunlight and everything so that it has like a really nice bounce. We'll bake the lighting for this environment too, so that it's like comfy. You know, it has like a nice like warm glow to it. And we'll put some fake windows downstairs. I just don't want the player to be able to look out and see that the open world isn't currently being rendered. Like, it should feel like you're there even when you're not actually. The same way, like, when you're playing Skyrim and, like, you go into a town. You know the town is, like, a different area, but when you, like, look out over the wall, it still feels like you're part of the same world, even though you know objectively that it's not. There we go. Oh, that looks pretty good, I think. All right. Okie dokie. And again, the outside is kind of irrelevant. Although, actually, this wouldn't make a bad base to design the actual houses outside. But, you know, one step at a time. Okay, so let's start messing around now. So, first thing I want to do is I want to make the... Let's see here. The light... Let's see here. Ambient light, reflected light. Ambient light. We're going to turn the ambient light down a little bit so it's darker inside the house. We'll put a torch downstairs. So I'm not going to make it like too dark. I just want to make it... I want to have more striking contrast. So we have that. Okay. And now the light... Yeah. Now so I've cranked up the amount of energy that the sunlight has. And then when we bake the light map, that's going to lead to like really nice like bounced indirect lighting. So let's add a torch. It's a static torch. I'll just, I don't know. Guess put it like here. I'm just gonna open the I'm just gonna open up the shop and just steal some assets from the shop because we know that they're scaled correctly and everything already. So let's add a new node and we'll call this wait, what do I call it in here? Sprites. Right, well that's what these are. That makes sense. Sprites. Boom. Paste those in. They're up there for some reason I don't fully understand. There we go. Put a torch right by them. And let's get the shop, we already stole their fireplace, so let's just steal their fire too. It's like a very caveman sounding thing to do, isn't it? Steal the fire! Me take fire. Me take fire. Me take fire! Okay. It's enough caveman shouting. Let's bring the fire into the fireplace. Ooh, this is gonna be cozy. Okay, and let's get the fire. There it is. I should really do a better job of like naming those things, but whatever. We'll call this lights. I'll put the torch in there, and we'll add the firelight now. Yes. Here we go. All right. Let's so now that this is unwrapped, and I think we need to set the global illumination to static. Let's add a light map and like actually try this out, shall we? And see how it looks. See how the bouncing is. All right. So tweaks. Yeah, we'll leave the quality at medium. Let's turn up the bounced indirect energy, and we'll turn up the amount of bounces. I want like a nice like diffuse looking lighting in here. And ideally, we won't need any lighting on the upper floor. All right. You guys ready? Let's do it. Ooh. Hold on. Let's turn gizmos off and just have a look. Okay, well, my first thought is that it's way too dark, but this is definitely like a step in the right direction. Absolutely. Let's put another. I'll put another torch over by the kitchen on this side. Or maybe we should just make the fire more like aggressively bright. I feel like that might be the solution. I'll turn the light map off so I can see where this is going. Like that. And then let's turn the gizmos back on so I can see. So we'll turn the range up like that. And the energy, let's make it like, or not the energy, yeah, the energy. Let's make it like 10. And let's actually soften it a little bit and make it a little bit more of like a yellowy fire. Because it brings a little bit more of like a natural, like kind of healthy glow into the room. Like that. Okay, I'm going to bake the light map again now. And also, we'll turn the number of probes down. Because in this small space, you can't tell. You can't tell the difference anyway. All right. Wow, dude, this is baking fast. Okay, let's see here. So now let's turn gizmos off again and just look. Yeah, it's still a little dark. And oh, wow, upstairs is like super dark. That's, oh, man, oh, we might have to cheat upstairs, honestly. This is, we'll add our own, Omni light that, oh, well, you know what? Hold on. What about this lighting? Is the directional light? Is that actually set to, oh, it's set to static. Oh, it's not baking. Okay. Let's turn the light map back on and try it again because the sunlight wasn't being included before. Now it looks marginally better, but really probably about the same. A little bit brighter, just by a little bit, but not by much. Okay, yeah, we're gonna cheat. We're gonna cheat, baby. All right, let's. This is our Omni light right here. Let's see here. Yes, it is. I can't actually see it. What are the... Am I blind? Are gizmos off? No, they're on. So where's my Omni light? Oh, visible is set to off. Well, that's just my own fault for being stupid. Okay, so... shadow on. Okay. So I'm basically just going to copy the directional light, like color and like characteristics, and then put like an omnidirectional light upstairs that's like less strong, and basically pretend like that's bounced indirect lighting, and that'll probably give us the desired effect that we want. Let's see here, bake mode static. Okay, so let's bake it again and see if that works. And I probably should save this. Yeah, see that already makes like a big difference in terms of how the upstairs is like perceived. Just the fact that it's, you know, it's got a little bit more natural light, but we can actually I think we should make it even brighter. Give it a little bit of extra. And we'll give it some more indirect energy too. In fact, let's make its energy 5 and its indirect energy 5. And we'll make it specular 0, so it has like no like sort of bounce to it at all. Or not bounce, no like physical space for like shine. Okay, let's see. So you go upstairs and it's like, oh, yeah, that feels right. That feels nice. It feels like you're in a nice sunlit place. Downstairs is still a little dark. I think we'll probably add one more torch, but this is definitely looking nice. This feels just warm and cozy, doesn't it? I might cool the light off ever so slightly, like the indirect light. Let's just so it looks a little bit less sickly yellow. Let's try that. Bake. Oh yeah, okay. I think that's it. That's the move. Oh yeah, you come upstairs, it's like, oh. Yeah, so now let's add one more torch to the other side over here, just so it you know, you have some light in like the kitchen area. In the kitchenette. Alright. Y 180, so we'll flip it like that. Might change the lean of the torch just ever so slightly, like so. There. Okay. That ought to be good. Let's bake it and see. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. We can add like a window as well. Let's see here. I'm just stealing everything from the poor shop. Stealing everything that isn't nailed down. That's okay though. That's what it's there for. That's why we share resources between scenes. For theft reasons. And let's see here. You know what I could do? I could put it here, and then we could use that as like illumination instead. It's like when you come in it. Yeah, that's I think probably a better. Well, or should we put it on the far wall? I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this. Let's put it over here and see what we think. So when you walk in, yeah, that's better. That makes the house feel bigger. Okay, so what we'll do is I might cut you entirely. I'll turn the light map off so I can test this. And then the shop also is one of those that has like a point light that's like faking things. So let's see here. Where is it? I really need to do a better job of directing these. Where's the... There it is. Alright, we'll put that in under lights. I should probably put gizmos back on so we can see this thing. Whew, that's very bright. Negative 90, please. Yeah, we're going to want to turn that down, I think, a little bit. That's a little bit aggressively bright. Light. Okay, yeah, energy. Let's turn that down to like 5, but we'll turn the indirect energy up to like 3. Okay. And it is set to... Yeah, and it's set to bake? Yes? Yes. Okay, cool. So let's try that, and let's bake this and just see what we think. But I think we're getting there for sure. Bake. Oh, yeah, that feels better. Honestly, I might have turned the brightness down a little too much. Let's see here. Let's go back to that spotlight. And we'll turn the energy back up to like 10 and bake it and just see. Here we go. Yeah, and when you go upstairs, it feels like you're in a... Yeah, okay. And then these doors, they're currently being shaded, but they're not doing a very good job. So I think I might actually just set both of them to unshaded and then basically shade it by hand by adding a modulation to it. Let's see here. Like if we bring it like a little bit toward brown and then bring the color down a little bit and then... Yeah. See, I feel like that's actually better than having the game try and shade it. It's just to shade it myself. All right. We're in good shape, boys. And girls, if there are any girls present. Can I make this an even wider range? Let's see. Let's bake that and see. Yeah, that's better. That has more natural glow to it. Honestly, I feel like now the fire can probably have a reduction in the amount of light that it produces. Or not reduction, but we can bring it back more towards like red and shrink the energy down to like 6. Yeah. because now it can be more kind of grand now that there's this. So yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. We can start actually adding like furniture and stuff in now. So let's do that. Let's add, first things first, we gotta christen this thing with our bed, right? We just worked on the bed, so let's go ahead and put it in. Add a prop, right? And we'll add the bed that we just made, which I think is just called Bed 01. There she is. It is really small. What the? Like comically so. That would not fit our player. That's okay. We're gonna just double the scale across the board. In fact, I think I might just go ahead and do that on this part. There. Okay, I added another bed. Okay, yeah. This is what I was expecting to look like. It's like an actual, like, reasonable sized bed. Okay, so let's put the bed upstairs. What do you think? Put the bed up here like that? Or I guess it would be 180, wouldn't it? Flip the bed completely like so. Yeah. Okay. Wait, what the hell happened to the world environment? What? What? What happened? What happened to the sky? Did I break something accidentally? Okay, something is funky. Let's what the world? All right, well let's regroup. I'm just gonna steal from this again, and we'll just copy the world environment again, and we'll fix whatever is going on here. Yikes! What happened? Okay, and now we make it unique just so we can reduce the amount of ambient light. Okay, bake. Okay. Oh yeah, this feels nice. I'd live here for sure. So let's add a table now. Let's see here. 1.5. We'll make it a little bit taller for the player. Right, and then we'll do. That's way too big. Yeah. Then we'll add a couple chairs. I should probably just set the scaling on the chairs to be bigger too, because like by default they're also like hilariously tiny, but that's okay. Transform. Yeah, 1.5 seems to be like an actual reasonable size for the chairs where they look correct. And yes, I know it looks kind of flat right now, but that's because we just haven't baked the lighting since we added all this other furniture. We will, and it will absolutely improve as a result. I know, let's add a rug. Once again, we'll just steal one of the rugs that I have from here, and we'll just steal it wholesale. Where is it? Why is it not grabbing it automatically? There we are. I really need to name these things better. Yeah, I'll put that there, and I'll call it rug. Okay, let's see how we're doing in terms of size with the rug. We can probably make the rug a little bigger, honestly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then we'll bring this over here and put a couple more chairs down. And honestly, I feel like the table can probably be... Oops. Yeah, let's shorten the table just a little bit. It doesn't need to be like a banquet table. This is basically just like a kitchen table for you to like sit and eat at. There we go. Yeah, this is starting to feel like an actual like place where somebody lives. Ideally, the player. All right, let's bake it again now that we have the furniture in. Yes. Ooh. Welcome. Okay, which one of the environments has another painting, and I don't remember which one it is. Is it the Magic Hall? Magic Hall 02. I think that's the one. That's the painting of... Yes, it does. Okay. It's a painting of the original Wizzerd quest. It's a fun little Easter egg that I enjoy. So we'll just we'll shrink it down a little bit, but put it against the wall there. Oh, this looks so nice. Dude, I would live here in a heartbeat. Oh my gosh. All right, let's bake it again. I like how the like sort of faint shadowing it adds around stuff. Ooh. Yes. Oh hell yeah, dude. I would live here like today if you asked me to. Oh my god. This is worth the player's money for sure if this is the player housing. But it makes me wonder how I'm gonna have to like really up the game for the other regions in order to make it like worthwhile. Oh, you know what? I guess we should have 2 beds now that I think about it because it's 2 player. Right? There's player 1 and player 2. If you're playing in co-op, you might not want to sleep on top of each other. I mean, you probably do, knowing the fan base for Wizzerd Quest. They probably do want to sleep with the Roblin, but that's okay. We'll make it optional. You can choose to sleep with the Roblin if you want, and if not, that's okay too. And there's no pressure to sleep with the Roblin. Yeah, I've really gotten my mileage out of these. Thank you for the compliment on the rug padding. I started with like a Creative Commons like rug texture, and I just kind of like modified it in various ways to make like a couple of variants and stuff. And I tell you one thing, I've certainly got my money's worth from it. And I'm gonna make it a little bit askew because that just makes it seem a little bit more like real when you make it slightly askew. Okay. And now we'll bake the lighting again. See, when it's this small, you can just keep baking the light map over and over. Which is great because it really lets you almost test in real time and see how good everything looks. Okay, well we need like a small table. I feel like I could have sworn we had a small table. Well, if not, that's okay. We can get one certainly because we have that ability. Let me rewind a whole bunch in Blender. Oh, too far. Okay, so yeah, this is all like new furniture that we just got, so we can definitely let's see here, single bed, wardrobe, clock, yeah. I guess we'll get this little table, the bedside table. Let's everybody else GTFO, and then we'll move this closer to the origin point. Okay, now one thing that's fun about these assets that we just bought. Oh shoot, did I make it? Okay, there we go. Blender is scary. You hit the wrong macro and everything changes. One thing is, so for those of you who are just joining us, one thing that's so funny about these models that I bought is that they are insanely high polygon, like to a point where there's literally no way that anybody will ever notice this. Like, look at this. Okay, this is a square nightstand. It has 1,500 vertices. Let's like shrink this down. Like if I do 0.2. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, well apparently it didn't like that. Not 100% as to why. That might be, I guess it's probably merging things together that shouldn't be merged. That's interesting. It did not have that problem before. Let's try 0.5. Still freaking the hell out. Okay. Oh, I have 2. That's why. Okay, now, yeah, I must have duplicated it a minute ago accidentally. This is what I'm talking about with Blender's macros, dude. You hit the wrong button and everything, like, poops its pants, like, immediately. Anyway, okay, so now look. So, look, I did, other than the weird shading, which I'll switch to shade flat. Like, I just reduced it from 1,500 to 500 polygons. It looks exactly the same. Let's go even smaller. Let's do 0.1. 1/10 the amount of polygons. What are we looking at? Let's see. 246 faces. Looks almost exactly the same, except for the slightly chunky looking handles. But I find it very hard to believe that anybody will notice that. All right, let's export this back out as a as an OBJ file and drop that in. Let's see here. We'll call this nightstand. All right, and let's go get the texture for that. What is this thing called? Bedside table. Here we are. Bedside table base color. It's insanely high resolution. Like, it's funny. I feel kind of bad in a way because, like, we have this, you know, you buy these assets from somebody, right? And they put, like, a ton of work into making the asset, like, look good and, you know, have these beautiful textures and everything. And then literally my first step is just to, like, smash it into pieces. Like, you just saw what I did to the texture of this poor thing. And yet, you gotta do what you gotta do. Models, old furniture, and we'll call this nightstand.jpg. Let's see here. I'll turn up the poly this just a little bit. 28 kilobytes. That's agreeable enough, I think. Let's make a new scene really quick, and we'll just add this in. Let's see here. Load. I love that when you make a mesh instance, you can just load an OBJ file because it's just plain. It's just vertices, right? All right, models, old furniture. There it is. Looks how I expected it to. All right, we make this model unique, and then so doing, we can now make the texture unique. Turn the metallic down because for some reason by default these textures are like super metallic. Set the albedo color to white instead of to gray. I don't know why it's gray by default. Okay, there we go. Kind of. Looks like mud. Let's fix that. Tune shading. Nearest bitmap sampling. And let's fix the texture compression. I understand why Godot compresses textures by default, right? Because VRAM is expensive. But when it's a 22 kilobyte image, I feel like we can just go ahead and do you know, something a little bit simpler than that. All right, let's see here. Static body. Add a collision shape. Yes, show me my gizmos. New box. I should have generated a complex triangle mesh just for this one little thing. That's like when you see those videos of like people, they have like the AI, like generative AI modeling tools. And like they're like, make a couch, and they're like, look how good the couch is. But then you look closer, and the couch is like 4,000 vertices, and it's like, what kind of couch you making, boy? Okay, there we go. We'll save this under models, old furniture pack, nightstand 01. Oh, and let's do one other thing. Global illumination is set to static, and we'll unwrap the mesh. So now we can bake the lighting with it. So now let's add a couple of nightstands, okay? Ooh, very small. There we go. Yeah, it seems like everything in this pack basically just needs to be multiplied by 2 in order to be the right size. Let's see here. So we'll rotate it 180. Maybe we should put the nightstand on either side. Like that. And then in the middle we can put the chest that you sort your inventory with. There we are. We already have a chest. Let's see how that looks. It's it's like a loot chest. I don't want to use the loot chest in here. Yeah, this is looking good though, isn't it? You know what? Let's bring the old the painting of the emperor in that I always use. I love the painting of the emperor. There we go. Okay, let's bake the light map again and just see how this looks. Yeah. Okay. We're getting there for sure. This is really coming together. And the best part is you know, everything that we add is like reusable, right? Do we have cups? I don't remember. We do have cups. Oh, but it's a GLB file, so I haven't actually like built it into its own thing yet. Let me let's have a look at this cup. Cup actually looks pretty good. We probably don't need a collision shape for the cup, honestly. I feel like it's probably good how it is. Let's actually, no, hold on. Let's open the cup back up again. Because I was just thinking we should set it to be statically lit and everything. Mesh. Make unique. There we go. Now it's statically lit. So now when we add it to like the table, for instance, we can. There we go. Now we can add cups and they'll be like realistically like lit and shaded. Tell you what else we need is some like little flowers and like bowls of fruit and stuff. And honestly, let's just overturn one of the glasses. Just so it, you know, it gives it a little bit more life, you know. This is your house. Welcome to your house. You know, not everything is perfectly. RMCTO2 says, saw you live earlier, then failed at making wall running, so now I'm here. Well, that's okay. I've been there. We've all been there at some point in our lives, in our game development lives, caving and just being like, ah, whatever, I'll do it later. I think that's totally valid, and I don't blame you for that one. All right, let's try that. Are these baking? Kind of hard to tell. They're so small. Let's see. If I turn the light map off. Honest to God, I can. Yes, they are. It's very subtle, but they are. Yeah, this is like really turning into a nice place, isn't it? I live here. Day 13 of Godot. I think they're baking. Yeah, well, you know, that's just the way of the world. It's just slowly, you know, slowly learning the ropes, especially with Godot. Not that Godot is bad. Godot is just it just is like an acquired taste. Okay. Hear me out. This painting on the wall behind me of me. Do we put it in the game? Yes or no? I feel like from a realistic, you know, is this a good idea? The answer is no.
But from a is it funny, then the answer is yes. Yes, but as an Easter egg. Yeah. Well, this is the player's house. So I'm thinking it'd be kind of fun if they had, you know what? I actually have a few other paintings of people besides me. Because for a while there, I was making them for all of my friends because one day I was on Instagram and they sent me an ad for one of those places that will make like a royal painting for you, and it was like $50. And I was like, dude, I could do that myself. Why do I need somebody else to do that for me? And so on like principle, I did exactly that. I just like made my own, and they actually came out pretty good in my experience. So yeah, so with that in mind, I feel like I should probably just like lean into it even more and just go ahead and add a cover to more if it blocks the photos you can put on the wall. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I might use like one of these where it's like one of my friends who it's not one of the developers, it's just a friend of mine. It's just as far as the average person is concerned, this is just like a public domain photograph. I feel like that's probably more appropriate. What you making though? This is, oh, you mean in general? This is the player's house. So in Wizzerd Quest 2, you can buy houses in each region because so by default, you if you want to like get your health back, you can go to an inn and pay money and sleep at the inn. But I want to give the player. Oh, you haven't seen the game? Oh, I'm silly. I'm sorry. I apologize. So this is Wizzerd Quest 2. It's basically it's an RPG, a first-person RPG, designed to play kind of like a late 90s, early 2000s RPG. So it is I would describe it as a hybrid between like 3D Zelda, King's Field, and like Daggerfall or Morrowind. And the entire game is completely playable in 2-player co-op through either split screen or remote play together. So so my idea behind this was basically that I felt like although there are lots of RPGs today, I feel like a lot of them kind of. Well, yeah, so Skyrim is like the 5th game in the Elder Scrolls series, and like Morrowind and Daggerfall that I was talking about, that's like Elder Scrolls 2 and Elder Scrolls 3. So I'm basically talking about this. It's like a this might make the game sound bad, but it's like a diet Skyrim sort of. So it's not as like big or as rich or like in depth as something like Skyrim is, but it's a you can play it completely in co-op, which is obviously different from like an Elder Scrolls game, but also it's just designed to where, you know, you like get in, you can like explore around and have a good time. But at the same time, like you can beat the whole game in like 10 hours if you want, right? It's not designed to be an all-encompassing experience. It's designed for you to go in, have fun, explore the world, meet people, buy houses, do quests, all that. But there's no like unnecessary just like wandering around and grinding, right? You can spend as much time or as little time as you want on this game, and the game doesn't penalize you for doing it that way. So that's how I would describe it. If you're not like a big RPG player, that's probably the easiest way to describe it. Is like it's kind of like if you made like a more retro version of Skyrim, and yeah. So hours to 100% the game. Well, you know, so some of the stuff we're doing is procedurally generated. So like if you have the to buy everything and do everything. The game's not done, so it's difficult for me to say. I would say if you're doing literally everything, maybe 12, 13 hours, I would say, probably. Maybe 15 hours. I don't want to oversell it. It really like all the side quests and everything, they're procedurally generated, so you can do them forever. So it really just depends on when you want to stop. I would say if you really want like the full, I would say you can play the game and comfortably beat it in 9 hours. And if you wanted to do absolutely everything, it'd probably be another three or 4 hours after that. But yeah, and just for the record, I want to jump in here and also say that we're releasing a free demo for this game in like the first, yes, technically forever. But so one thing I want to add is that we're releasing a free demo for this game in a couple of weeks. So what that means is you'll actually be able to play the entire first third of the game completely for free. So you can actually try it for yourself, see if you like it, and if you don't like it, then you haven't spent any money. But if you do like it, then the game is still going to be really affordable. The current plan for the list price is going to be like 15 or 16 US dollars, like very cheap relative to, you know, like a 60 or a $70 AAA game. So it's absolutely something that you can try and see if you like. Because I want people to
feel like they're getting their money's worth, and I want them to know that before they buy the game, right? It's got a lot of other fun stuff too. It has a full motion video, pre-recorded full motion video cutscenes that are just like straight out of the 90s. They're like super cheesy. They're awesome. Big recommendation on using FMV in your games. But yeah. Yeah, so yes, that's what I would say is like just wait for the demo. Ashley put a link to the Discord a little bit further up. I recommend joining there. I'm taking active feedback from everybody as well in that Discord. So, if you have feedback from watching the stream or when you play the demo or that kind of thing, you can drop the feedback in the Discord. So yeah. And as I said, you'll be able to play the entire game in 2-player co-op. So if you have a buddy, this is a good game to play with a friend. Absolutely. So, all right. So let's add another thing. I think we should get the like fancy chest now. So let's go back to before I had 2 of these things and before I decimated it and all that. And let's see here. All right. Oh, no. Don't rescape. Stop. Oh, Blender. Everybody calm down, Blender. Okay. There we are. Now, so let's see here. So I think we do need a wardrobe. We do need a desk. We really need all of these things. So let's see. I'll do the desk next. I don't know why. I'm just feeling the desk. Feeling like the desk is a good choice. It's, again, absurdly high poly. So we will be moving it. See here, put it a little closer to the origin as well, so it's easier to work on in the engine. But let's see here. Let's see what we've got. Modifier, decimate, 9,000 polygons for a desk. Yeah, that's we're gonna have to make some modifications to that. That's just absurd. Look at the detail. Oh my god. I use Trench Room to create a level and then use low poly assets for detail. That's exactly what I did. Yeah, look, here's Trench Room open with the map, with the actual house that we're in, and then the assets are they're Blender things that I bought. The billion polygon toothbrush. Yeah, so that's fun. You're using the exact same like workflow as me. That's awesome. Congrats, friend. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna turn this to flat shaded so we can see. Okay, I just put it to 20% and it's still like way too high poly for what we're doing. Let's do even more. 0.1. Cheap viewers on. Oh, there's a. Well, there we go, guys. That's the reason why. Earlier I was talking about. I was like, we don't allow people to put links in the chat unless they're a moderator. That's why, right there. Cheap viewers. The best part is they all have like slightly different descriptions. Like some of them say cheap viewers. Some of them say best viewers. Like implying that the cheap viewers, yeah, they're cheap, but they suck. If you want sexy bots, I'm just testing if I could use CSG boxes. CSG boxes are really cool for like blocking out and testing, but I have never, yeah, cheap viewers, but we're willing to buy Wizzerd Quest. Exactly. I don't want cheap. I want deep pocketed people obsessed with weird chintzy RPGs. All right, so we're at 1,500. That's still ridiculous for something of this. Can we make it even smaller without absolutely ruining the handles? Let's see. 0.05. Ooh, that's crunchy. 700 polygons. Yeah, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Yeah, okay. That's fine. It still looks, from a distance, it looks exactly the same. But yeah, so that'll do. Let's export this. And I like exporting them as OBJ files because it's just cleaner than using GLTF. GLTF is good for when you have like a bunch of the things on top of each other and you already have the texture set up and all that. But when it's just a vertex, a bunch of vertices, and yeah, your weapons are like 20 polygons. Yeah, that's how mine are too. That's really like, you really, especially if you're making like a retro style game, like there's really no reason to like go super hard and build some crazy gigantic multi-poly monstrosity. Like even modern video games, if they're well optimized, a lot of times they hide how low poly they are by using good texture work because that's cheaper. All right, let's see here. What was this? Is this a dresser? Or I think it's technically a desk. I'll call it desk. Okay, let's go get the texture file for that. Desk. Where is it? Oh, there's nothing in this folder that's like organized. There we go. Desk. It's not called desk. It's called desk. That's double the desk. That's simply good value. All right. Let's see here. Image size. So yeah, again, beautiful 4K texture. I feel bad for the artists whose dreams I'm about to crush. But let's turn that down from 4096 to 256 by 256. There we go. Nice and just grimy now. That's what I'm talking about, baby. RMCTO2 says, I'm attempting to make a combat survival game with Mirror's Edge movement. Well, kudos to you if you can pull that off, because I freaking love Mirror's Edge, and I will absolutely pre-order that. If you join the, I don't know if you have joined the Discord, but just so you know, there's a link spam channel in the Discord, and the whole purpose of that is for other people to be able to promote their stuff within like the small community. So if you join the Discord, if you're interested in that, and then you get to the point where the game is like available and like wish listable, please put it in link spam, because I absolutely will. I at least would. Oh, you did join. Cool. Yeah, because I would totally play a game like that. I freaking love Mirror's Edge. All right, and I also love Titanfall 2, which also has wall running. So, all right, let's see here. So let's go back in here. Models, old furniture. We'll call this just desk. They put so much work into these nice assets, and I'm just out here just butchering them. But that's the nature of the beast. That's game dev in a nutshell, baby. All right, let's see here. Start a new one, a new 3D scene. Call it desk 01. Let's add a mesh instance. Let's go get that desk. Load. Oh, wrong section. There we go. Desk. Ah, looks like a desk. That's for dang sure. All right. So we'll make this unique. Let's see here. Make this unique. Set the metallic and everything back to 0. Set the albedo back to white. Then we'll go get the texture. At the moment, let's see here. Well, at the moment, the one release I have is like Titanfall X2, but it's very obviously a testing load. Yeah, I might check that out on itch later. Put a link in link spam. I'll take a look at that. Absolutely. We've got a few people. It's on web, but web breaks the mouse for it. Yeah, Godot's web exporting really does not work super well unless you're making like the only game I've ever gotten to work successfully with a web export was like a very like NES style game where you just plug a controller in and push directions on the D-pad. More than that, it just seems to fall apart, which is unfortunate. Okay, well that's it's doing texture compression. Don't get mad, Trent. Just fix it. Let's see here. Uncompressed. Okay, there we go. So that fixed all the gross noisiness to it. Let's see here. Shading. Okay, we gotta change the music. I've been playing the same track for like 10 years. I gotta get out of here. All right. Let's see here. I'm playing, and for the record, I'm playing music from the game. So the music you're hearing is like music that you will be hearing in the actual game. Ah, that's nice. Ah, pleasant. Very pleasant. Music very quiet. Well, it'll kick up. Let's see here. I'll bring it up a little bit more. There. You guys should be able to hear that fine. All right. Alrighty. So we'll go back to here. We'll set set the sampling to nearest bitmap, so it's all crunchy. Check link spam. I saw it. I actually saw it come in, but I'm not gonna check it right now just because I'm in the middle of like actively developing. But I'll be fiddling. I'll be fiddling. Because itch is where the original Wizzerd Quest got all of its sort of fame from as well. Huh? What's going on with this here? There's weird transparent seams. Oh, I know what I can do to fix that. Let's see here. Cull mode. There we go. Ah, fixed by disabling culling. Why is it Wizzerd? Why? Oh, like why is it? Oh, look, best viewers. See, we had cheap, now we have best. So many options. Oh, that's so fun. Why is it Wizzerd? So why is it spelled like Wizzerd? Okay, everybody thinks that it's like because of some copyright reason or that kind of thing, but actually nobody owns the trademark for regular Wizzerd Quest. The reason why I called it Wizzerd was purely because, so I actually came up with the name before I started the game. And I was thinking about how like in high fantasy novels, especially like older high fantasy novels, and also like a lot of fantasy RPGs will go do this trope well, where they'll take an existing word and they'll like just change the spelling a little bit and then pretend to pretend like it's some like novel new concept. Like, you know, you'll go play out like some RPG and they're like, be careful, you will be poisoned by the wind, and wind is spelled like W-Y-N-D, and it's some like, you know, fantastical thing. Oh, the wind! And so I just really liked the idea of deliberately misspelling Wizzerd, W-I-Z-Z-E-R-D, and just pretending it is special. So yes, that's purely the reason why it's called Wizzerd, why Wizzerd Quest is spelled Wizzerd like that, is because every time I look at it, it makes me laugh, and it makes me think of that just really, you know, oh, you must go and get you must go to the Shrine of Gimby and collect the Horn of Glamboof. And like I love hokiness like that, just like that really campy energy. It makes me chuckle just thinking about it. And so yeah, that's why it's called Wizzerd Quest. It's purely because spelling wizard like that makes me laugh every single time. All right, let's see here. And we'll call it Desk 01. What a classy name. Let's add a static body, and we'll add a collision shape. Sphere shape. That'd be fun. Very confusing for the poor player. All right, let's see here. Oh. I crashed it. That's okay. That's actually like I think a known issue right now with Godot 4.3 is that it'll just randomly like poop its pants and crash on you from time to time. But that's okay. That's why we save often. Save frequently, save often. Watch, it'll put us right back where we left off. See, there we go. No harm, no foul. All right. If I think of wizard voice, I'm always just like, high grade. Yeah. Oh. Okay, view gizmos. Okay, now this time, we're not gonna crash the game, right guys? Everybody manifesting positive vibes for not crashing the game? You are required by Wizzerd Quest law to manifest positive vibes at this time. Alright, don't crash. Don't crash. Okay. We're good so far. All right. Up. Yeah. Okay. I think we did it. I think we pulled it off, gang. I think we pulled it off, chat. All right. And normally the stream ends at 10 o'clock, but I'm having a good time, so we'll cut it off at like 10:30. I wanna finish or at least get close to finishing the. Let's see here. Desk. I want to at least get close to finishing this before we wrap it up for the night, because we're making really good progress, and I feel like we need to keep a good thing going, you know. Honestly, I feel like this could be even a little bit taller. Seems like a very squat little desk. Like relative to the player, that's pretty low. Let's set this to 2. Yeah, see, I feel like that's a more reasonable size for a desk. Okay, let's bring that in. Bring that to here, I think, just about. I'll move the painting of the Emperor up a little bit. There. Yeah, okay. And, oh yeah, I need to make it so that the desk is, you know, it has a, let's see here. Unwrap UV, and we'll see here. Global illumination is static. Okay, perfect. So now we should be able to bake it. So let's do that. Bake. Go! Here we go. Yeah, look. It's blocking the light nice and naturally. Yeah. That looks pretty good, I think. This is starting to feel like somebody's actual little house, isn't it? I'm just going to keep on keeping on. We got more assets that we can add. I say let's just make all the assets tonight. Let's just do it, chat. Let's just get crazy with this. Let's just be wild. Let's just be. I'm like a wine drunk housewife. I'm like, I'm just gonna be crazy. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna be crazy. All right, let's see here. Static body child, triangle mesh. There we go. All right, let's like actually just like walk around and see how this looks. Oh, it feels so like lived in. This is great. Fire. Window. Definitely real window. Painting. Yeah. Oh, I'd live here. Heck yeah, dude. I totally live here. Ah, yes. Put a nice chair there. Maybe a dresser on the wall. Yeah, this feels like somebody's like actual house, which is good because it's the player's house. Let's add. You know what we should do? This is set in like the jungle map, right? Let's add a couple of trees that you can see through the window. Some of these fellas. And I'm pretty sure these are set to not be globally illuminated. Let's make sure that they are, because yeah, we need to make sure that these are not globally illuminated, because the baked light maps do not like alpha textures. Like this just basically bakes as like a giant black triangle. It looks horrible. So let's now that this is absolutely lit dynamically, let's increase the size, and we'll just kind of, yeah, so let's see if you can see that through the, yes, you can. Perfect. That's absolutely what I want. Is I want it to feel like a nice like jungle kind of bungalow. Yeah, so like when you're in the little house, you should feel like, yes. Yeah, there we go. Now it feels more like you're well, you know what? This should be the big one, like that. Because this is the side that gets all the sunlight. So this will look prettier if we get out and then down. Yeah, like that. And then up a little bit. Yeah. We'll add one more to like the sort of diagonally in between these two, and we'll change its size and scaling and everything so that it's. Then we'll do one more over here. And we'll change its size down to like 2. Its scale of like 2. And we'll just bring it up like that. There we go. Yeah, so now you really feel like you're part of a larger space. That's actually a technique I learned making forge maps for Halo. Is that you always want to like fake like there's more space than there is. By adding things like floating trees. Because like as long as the player can't see that it's not physically attached, it just makes the whole thing feel much more like alive. Okay, let's go back to Blender and let's get some more models. Let's go back. There we go. Okay, here we are. Okay, so let's do this big dresser, this big wardrobe next, because I like the wardrobe a lot. Everybody else can GTFO. Let me guess. This is 100 million polygons. Let's see, it's made of every single grain of wood is its own triangle, probably. Let's find out, shall we? All right, so we're gonna go in here. I'm gonna move it slightly more into origin point. Oh no, don't save yet. Sorry. Okay, now we decimate it. Let's see, 2,940 polygons. Actually, not terrible. I mean, that's way too many for what is essentially a giant like trapezoid, but it's not as bad as I thought. I feel like most of those are probably in the like the little door handles and stuff. So this is like doable for sure. So let's do like 0.1 for the decimation. And whoa, okay, not 0.1. Oh my god, that just like completely ruined it. Even if I do shade flat, yeah, that's doing some funky stuff. Let's double that. Yeah, that's 400 polygons. Let's do 0.2. Okay, that's 800 polys. This actually looks okay. It's a little wonky, but the wonkiness appears to be symmetrical, so it probably makes it look like it's intentional. I think we can probably give it a little bit more. Let's do 0.25. There. Okay. See, that looks fine. I think that's good enough. So let's export that. And you know what? While we're here, we should just go ahead and export the other things too. Instead of doing it this like long roundabout way, we should just do it like assembly line style, where we just export each one after another. Because otherwise, it's why are we doing it this way? You know what I mean? Oh, FBX? No. Ew. If we were doing FBX, I would have worn gloves. Let's see here. Wardrobe. Is that how you spell wardrobe? I've done that thing where I've looked at the word so much now that it doesn't look right. I feel like it is spelled like that, but it's just my brain is like collapsed because it's, you know, 10 o'clock at night. Whatever. Sure. Why not? All right, let's go back and grab like the other things just while we're here. So we have you. We really don't need the table. We already have a fine table. Yeah, so we really just need these 2 chests, or honestly, we might just need the one. I feel like we probably don't need both chests. We already have several other chests in the game. On the other hand, we probably should be smart and be good and actually utilize all of the assets that we're given. So I'll do the other chest too after this, but I won't be happy about it. Yeah, so like this one is like super rounded, so that tells me that this is gonna be. Oh, so I'm sorry, I keep scratching my nose. I don't know. I'm the very tip of my nose is like super itchy tonight, and I don't know why. Anyway, I can already tell by like how rounded this is that this is gonna be like a crazy ridiculous amount of polygons. So let's have a look. Oh yeah, this is gonna be way too many. So let's see here. Decimate, 2,300 polygons. Pass 0.3. Here we go. Honestly, it looks a little weird, but I feel like the moment you shade it in game, it'll probably look fine. Like give it a texture and everything. But I'll drop it even a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, that's. Oh, okay. No, now we're getting some weird like disconnects with the polygons on top. It's honestly kind of doing it here already, but I feel like if we shade, we don't cull the interior, then it'll probably look fine. Let's do 0.3, 1,200 polygons. You wore me down. You get a whopping 1,200. For the record, our character model is like 1,100. Like the actual player character is like 1,100. So this is like a fancier chest than the main player character. Then again, the main player character isn't super rounded. So, all right, OBJ. Now I'll call this sea chest because that's what they call it. I don't really know what a sea chest is. Do they mean like a chest that comes, you know, like is used on a boat? Or that would be my guess, but I really don't know. All right, now we just have sea chest 01, which again is like way too big for its own good, and we will be decimating aggressively. Beautiful looking chest though. One thing that impresses me is like they have all these like individual planks modeled, which like I would not have done. I would have just done that in the albedo texture. So it's impressive that they did this at all. But then again, we did pay money for this. I mean, it was only $7, but it's commercial assets. You do hold them to a slightly higher standard. Dude, look at the little lock. Can you guys see that? Like that's wild. It looks good. Like the individual screws are modeled on the lock. That is ludicrous. Not for long though. All right. Prepare to destroy. 4,000 polygons. Well, that explains why it looks so good. Let's do 0.15. 1,100 polygons. Oh, we've stripped all of the detail out of it immediately. But you know, it's like still a pretty close approximation. Can we go lower? Can we debase ourselves more? 1,000. Oh man, there's some wonkiness going on now with the little screws. You know what? Let's do it. Full send, baby. Full send. Let's do it. Let's see here, and I'll export this as an OBJ. I'll call this Sea Chest 02, even though the other one is actually Sea Chest 02. I guess I'll call this one Sea Chest 01, and we'll rename the other one Sea Chest 02. So let's get the. Let me go and change that model name really quick, because otherwise I'm gonna forget. Let's see here. Windows is yelling at me about trying to rename multiple files at once, as Windows often does. Okay, fixed. Now, let's go get those textures. So I'm going to go back to where I was before. Okay, so we'll get the wardrobe first. Wardrobe base color, open. Come back over here. Here we are. As I suspected, it's like crazy high detail. Let's see here. 4096. 256. Crunch. God, I feel like the poor artist, if he's watching this, he thinks I've just like taken his beautiful textures out back and shot them in the head. Sorry, boss. But it's either that or the game looks like an asset flip. We gotta have visual consistency with everything. All right, textures, no, models. Old furniture pack, and we call this one. Oh, I saved desk as a PNG. Naughty, naughty. I should be saving them all as JPEGs. Lossy files. Give me lossy files or give me death. Okay, that's fine. 41K is that's fine. All right. Wait, what did I save this as? I don't remember what I saved that as. Let's go back in and do that again because I want to make sure that I saved it correctly. Shoot, I need to make just like a little bookmark or something so we don't have to do this every time. Okay. JPEG, and we'll call it wardrobe. Wardrobe. Okay. And let's just go ahead and get the other things while we're here. Let's see here. Sea chest 02. Sea chest 01. Okay. Cool. So is 01 the big one or the small one? I think 01 is the big one. So we'll... Oh. What? Oh, I'm on the bed. Okay. Okay. I have too many files open. Let's close some of these that I'm not using anymore. Desk is good. Yeah, that's all fine. Okay, wardrobe is good. Okay. So that's just chest 2. And where's chest 01? See chest 01. Oh. Okay, that's weird. So for some reason, C chest 01 and 02 have slightly different file names. I don't fully understand that one. Okay, so 01 is the bigger one. So we'll make this one like 256 by 256 or something. The bigger one can be 256 by 256, and the smaller one we'll make, you know, smaller. Let's see here. JPEG. C chest 001. Yep. 38 whole kilobytes. Wow. And then this one. Well, you know what? I'll make them both 256. I'll be generous with my pixels. I'm wealthy with pixels these days, folks. I really am. My goal is, of course, to make this run on integrated graphics. But what's funny about it is, like, I have a very... My computer is, like, very beefy. I have 20 gigs of VRAM. But I just... On principle, I just refuse to do anything that doesn't run on, like, the absolute lowest common denominator. Alright, let's see here. We'll call this one C chest 02. 50 kilobytes. Yeah, okay. Alright. Cool. Let's bring these boys in. Bring the boys back home! Alright, close tabs to the right. Yeah, you can go away too. Okay. New 3D scene. You know how this goes, guys. Mesh instance. I'm just gonna do quick load and just look for it this way. We don't have enough files in this game to make it that hard to spot. Okay, cool. I'm about to do a little gamer speed run action. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh, specular is at 0.5 by default? Oh, I've been screwing up specular all this time. Whatever. I'm just going to leave it and no one will notice. No one will notice! Alright, let's see here. Quick load. There it is. It's screwed up because its texture is all compressed. Let's see here. And it closed my thing. Okay. Show in file system. There you are. Uncompress. There we go. Immediately makes it look so much better. Now let's fix the texture issue. So shading, or no, yes. So transparency, cull mode disabled, and then tune, and then tune, And then, there we go. Yeah. Looks pretty good, I think. It's a little crooked in the middle there. You can kind of see it's a little warped, but at least it's symmetrical. We'll just say that's a design choice. Like that was a conscious design choice. We'll call this one Wardrobe 01. All right, let's see here. Well, by default, we should definitely make the. Well, let's add the. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's add the static body first, and the collision shape. Now, if there's no grievances about this, I'm pretty sure the collision shape for this one is just gonna be a giant, square, giant box, because I really don't think that there's much to this. Okay, here we go. Don't crash on me. I know how you feel about me dragging the little margins around when there's something on the screen, but just bear with me, Godot. Come on. Be a good boy. Or girl. I don't really know what you are, Godot, but that's okay. You operate however you wish to identify as long as you don't crash on me. Alright, come on. Yeah. Almost. No crash! Hooray! Alright. Oh, actually, we should probably thin this up a little bit. That's a little... You can't, like, walk up to the wardrobe. It's like reverse Narnia, where the wardrobe takes you nowhere. You can't even get to the wardrobe. There we go. All right, and we'll call this wardrobe. And we'll set the scale to 1.5. There we go. Beautiful. All right, let's bring the wardrobe in, shall we? Into the house. Oh, you know what? We forgot to make it... We forgot to unwrap it so that it does, yep, there we go. Now it'll do proper, lighting and everything. Oh, man, that wardrobe is gorgeous. All right, let's, rotate it by 90 degrees. Yep. It's a little too chocolate brown, isn't it? I think it kind of needs a little bit of like a diffusion just to darken it a little bit. It's a little... Let's try that. Yeah, that looks a little better. Although it'll still look a little flat, I think, until we... until we bake the lighting so that it looks like it belongs. And we'll have two dressers. One for you and one for the Roblin. Your good chums. You each deserve your own. For all your hard work. Okay. Let's bake the lighting again and just see how it looks. I love baking the lighting. It's like my favorite thing. Ah, yeah. Okay, see that now it blends into the room like way better. Oh, this is just so nice. This is so pretty. This just feels like home already. It's not even my home. Oh man, this is when you buy this house, it's gonna be like you're just gonna feel. I'm probably gonna have to go back and update some of the other spaces in the game to have this much like visual clutter, because now this looks like noticeably better than everything else in the game. And of course, head and shoulders above Wizzerd Quest 1, where there was no furniture at all anywhere. Okay, what do we have left? Just the two chests, I think. Oh, and the fancy chair. Let's go do the fancy chair, because I haven't exported the fancy chair yet. Where is the fancy chair? Guys, I'm telling you, there was a fancy chair here at one point. It was like right here. I'm not crazy, I swear, there was a fancy chair. Where'd the fancy chair go? Okay, hold on. I gotta go get this FBX file now. I have to prove to you all that I'm not crazy. Okay, because I swear to you there was a chair. There was a chair here. Does anybody else remember the chair? This isn't some like Mandela effect thing. I swear there was a chair. Look, I'm gonna re-import it from the FBX, alright? And I will prove to you that there was a chair. See? Look! Look! Chair! Chair. Oh, there was a shelf too. Huh. I wonder what happened. I must have deleted them accidentally. Well, the shelf can wait for right now. Let's just do the chair. I want the chair because the chair is like, we only have one chair in the game right now, and it's like a really basic like wooden chair, and it's not super classy. I think it would be nice to have a nicer kind of chair as well that you could use, although perhaps not quite this high poly because this looks expensive. Let's see here, computationally, I mean. All right, yeah, 9,000 polygons. Yeah, that ain't gonna fly. 1,600 polygons. That's more my style. Let's see here, shade flat. Even that is like probably too many. Let's see, 0. As long as like nothing breaks in terms of its look, I'm like, I'll go lower. I don't care. 1,100. That honestly is still really good looking. Can we go lower? Yes, we can actually. That looks just as good. In fact, that doesn't even look that different. Okay, well, we're at 800 polygons now, which I think that's probably fine. God, I'm just imagining some guy from like Silicon Graphics from like the early 90s hearing me say things like that. 800 polygons, that's nothing. While his $50,000 workstation computer, you know, black smoke pours out of it from 500 polygons. We've come a long way. We've come a very long way in terms of like what is I'm just gonna call this fancy chair. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's nicer than my other chair, so this is fancy chair. Let's see if we can go get the textures for the fancy chair. Oh, nothing came up, and it's because I mistyped it. I typed kahir instead of chair. Oh my god, it's 10:30. We're not done yet. More time. 11 o'clock. Stream ends at 11 o'clock now. So I decree. What does 200 by 200 look like? Yeah, that's good for a chair. All right. JPEG. Okay. Then we'll go back. I'm going to put the fancy chair right here, but, you know, one thing at a time. Actually, bring the rug out a little bit more and put it, like, partially under the bed. That way the chair has a little bit more room on its own. If I put the rug in front of the beds like that, is that going to look... Let's bake it and just have a look. Well, it's up too high, so it's like floating. See, I don't know what's going on with the insane amount of black right there. Let's, can I put it under the... What happens if I bake it there under the bed? Does that look good? Oh yeah, that looks cozy. Okay, because that gives me a little bit more room to put stuff over here without it looking too visually busy, including a nice chair. Oh man, this is really coming out nicely, isn't it? This feels like a proper house to like live in. I would live here for sure. But again, when you see the just gross, festering slums that like other people in this game live in, you would definitely choose this too. I don't want to. Not that people in Wizzerd Quest 2 are like destitute, but it's just, you know, it's a fantasy world. It's like vaguely medieval. There are people who live in literal mud huts. So have a little gratitude for an upholstered chair. All right, let's see here. Load. I guess I can just quick load, can't I? Because Godot knows what to do with these, and that's way quicker way of doing it. All right. I make this unique. Make this unique. Fix you. Here we go. It's the correct one. It's all compressed and hideous. We'll fix that in just a second. Let's see here. Show in file system. There you are. I wonder if fixing it for the other one will actually make a difference ahead of time, or if Godot will just go ahead and re-import it anyway the moment it sees it in 3D. Godot's very opinionated about its texture compression, so it might. Here we go. And where is it? Here we go. Looks pretty good. Okay, and... Yeah, oh yeah, let's fix the shading thing. Cull mode disabled. Yeah, you can like see through it if you do. It's because the inside is like very clearly designed to be solid with this model, and Godot doesn't like that by default. I mean, it's better practice to do it the other way just for performance reasons, but I I kind of agree that for like something like this, you should probably have an inside to the chest. All right, let's add a static body and a collision shape and get the hell out of here. I'm tired of making assets. Although at the same time, they sure do look good when you put them into the map. So, and these will make for an objectively better experience for the player when they're in like dungeons and other places and we need furniture to put there. There's this big banquet hall actually that Cole was working on that, well, I don't want to spoil it because that might be part of the last level in the demo, but it looks really good. And I'm just thinking about how all these assets could bring even more like fanciness to that. Oh, we crashed it. There we go. Well, that's why I saved just like a second ago, because I knew it was, I had a weird hunch. I like smelled it in the air that it was going to crash on me. There we go. Yeah, see, we're right where we left off, because I had a hunch. It does not like when you drag over certain parts, like certain parts of a mesh. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you why, but I'm sure there's some predictable way of making it crash, but I just frankly don't care enough to go through the trouble. Okay. And let's do that one more time with sea chest 2 and the fancy chair. We'll put them all down and we'll call it a night. Or not. No, we'll call it a night because I have work in the morning. And unfortunately, my day job is not working on Wizzerd Quest, though I certainly wish it were, but damn the rules. Maybe if Wizzerd Quest 2 does really well, that would be wonderful. Oh, weird. This has no material. Huh. Alright, well. We can make a new material very easily, so that's no big deal. Naturally, God, the texture between the sampling and the texture compression, this looks like absolute crap. It looks terrible. And it recompressed it, even though I said not to. Well, that answers my question. Oh, Godot, why are you like this? Son, I am disappointed in you. Call mode disabled. Yep, okay. Still looks weird right now, but we'll fix that. Sampling. There we go. Some weirdness going on there. I think it's because of the polygon crunching that I did. Oopsies. Well, that's okay. I wish this thing had a metallic map. I'm sure it does, but I don't want to go through the trouble of adding it. It's fine for now anyway. Fine for now. It's fine for now. Alright, static body. Collision shape. New box shape. Yep, sea chest 02, please. Okay. Okay. Like that. Bring it in like that. Okay, so do you guys want to hear a funny little like personal story? So I told my mom that I've been working on this game, right? And she's super risk averse, and so she was like, "Oh, don't quit your day job. You gotta make, don't do this. This is really dangerous. I'm glad that you're having a good time, but don't do anything stupid. Don't ruin your performance at work just because you're busy working on this, right?" And then one time she watched one of my streams, and she's like, "You're really good at that. Have you considered doing streaming for a job?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like, what? You're risk averse about me being a game developer, but somehow streaming gets a pass? That's way worse. That's way harder than game development. At least game development, you have a product to sell." Like, it was just such a weird thing. I was like, but why die on that hill? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just an interesting choice. I was like, I mean, look, Mom, I appreciate the vote of support, but like, Why? Why are you like this? I don't think she watches my streams regularly, but if you are watching, Mom, why are you like this? All right. Let's see here. Let's add those. Let's add one of the nice new chests, shall we? The hell? What the? Oh, the wardrobes got deleted because we the wardrobes got deleted because the game crashed, but the light map had saved. So we've got these like freaky ghost shadows like where they were. Can I make it? I'm gonna unlink these and make this. Oh no. Let's make this 2.2. Oh no. Wrong axis. It's here. 2.2. It's a little stretched. Can I just make it 2 and then maybe... Okay, that's not as noticeable that it's so stretched. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's add the wardrobes back since the game is apparently begging for them. There we go. Oh god, this is nasty looking right now. There's like weird shadows. Alright, here we go. Here we go. All right, that's like pretty good. Now let's add the chest. The chest 01 is the big one, right? Yeah. I guess I'll put them at the foot of the bed, and I'll put one by each bed, even though it doesn't actually make a difference. I think they'll functionally do the same thing, but that's okay. Let's see here. There we go. And wait, did I unwrap the sea chests for light mapping? Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna I'll add a little chest downstairs. And we'll put some, like, little, I think we should give the player some, like, little bitty, like, worthless, like, health potion or something. Or, like, just, like, a little drink that doesn't do a whole lot that they can just have, like, whenever they come into the house. Just as, like, a little refreshing beverage. Nothing big, just a little something. Okay, so we'll transform that. We'll put it against the wall. 180. Whoops. There we go. Put it down here. It's like a little bitty chest, isn't it? Oh well. Maybe I should put it up on the shelf. It feels weird because of how small it is to just have it on the floor. It might look better, like it'll be like you use this like treasure chest as like a bread box in your house. It's kind of fun actually. I like the idea of that. Okay, well, I think we're ready to roll. Let's bake this bad boy, and then we'll do the old chair, or the fancy chair, I mean. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at the way it like takes a little bit of like the bounced light off of the rug. That looks good.
That looks good.
Maybe I should move this into the middle in between the two. It seems like it needs something in between, and that's a good spot to put it. Oops. So we'll just we'll move these guys over just a little bit. We'll give it a little bit of room. Move the bed over a bit like that. We'll move the other bed over just a little bit. And now we can put the chest right smack in between the two of them. Alright. Cool. Alrighty. Let's bake that again, now that we've done that, and see how it looks. Yeah, that's a little bit more appropriate, I think. Well, not that the other is inappropriate, but you know what I mean. Yeah, okay. Oh, this feels so nice. This really does feel like a tropical bungalow. It really makes you wonder, how am I gonna like top this for the other regions? Like, this is the poorest region in the game, and the house is still like super classy. Well, I'll deal with that later. I'd rather the player have a fun time and feel gratified, because this house is gonna be like $1,000. Let's see here. There's the fancy chair. Everybody's favorite fancy chair. All right. Let's just get to work with that, huh? All right. Make you unique, and then I'll make you unique, and then I'll reset you, and I'll fix you. There we go. And again, I appreciate your moxie, but there's just really no reason to compress something that's like 50 kilobytes. I wish Godot had like a threshold where like below a certain resolution it wouldn't compress textures. That would honestly be a feature that I would be really rooting for if Godot would add. It's just like a way to smartly tell. Or just a way to turn it off. There's like a default importing setting, right, that you can set that should theoretically turn that off. Doesn't work. Or at least it doesn't work for me. Whatever. Anyway, there's our nice chair. Very, very fancy. Fancy chair 01. And let's just add a static body and a collision shape and the chair looks really good. It does look nice, doesn't it? There. That was way quicker than dragging the margins. I should have been doing that all along. Oh yes, and let's unwrap the mesh for light mapping. Okay, there we go. Now, oh wait, and also set the size to 1.5, which was the style at the time. Okay. Huh. Seems a little small next to the dresser. There. That might be a little bit big. It's like a very large chair, but I guess it doesn't really matter as long as it doesn't seem like immediately weird to the player. Honestly, we should put a couple more fancy chairs in downstairs. It's like a, you know, you can like, for everyone to like gather around the fire. Okay, look, I'm not crazy. It is slightly too small compared to the other chair. Okay, well at least I'm not nuts. Okay, let's just put a couple chairs down, like one here. No, that's not. Wish we had a couch. That would be kind of fun. But for a medieval house, it's probably best not to over furnish. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah. Honestly, I feel like we could probably remove one of these chairs. It's kind of blocking the flow of the room. Let's just put this up against the wall like that. No, just the one chair. Just, you know, less is more. Less is more. Okay, here we are. All right, gang. I think we're almost done. This is like coming along now. Let's put a candle on this desk. We have candles that should like be just the right size for this. Like let's drop a candle in. I guess that would go under lights. It's a prop with a light attached to it, so I'm gonna say it goes here. There we go. Alright, let's bake that and see. See how the candle looks over there. Yeah, gives a little extra light to the room. Ah. Yeah. Okay. Do we have books? No, we have bookcases, but that's not the same thing. Although actually maybe we should put a bookcase on the wall over there. Let's see. Is the bookcase unwrapped for, let's see. This has all been changed, so I've clearly been in here. But it also has no collision at all, so I guess we'll fix that now. I guess what happened was I started to make this bookshelf and then just like never needed it, and so I never came around to adding collision to it. But what I can do is I can actually I'll put a book in the bookshelf that's like maybe a book that you can only read here instead of like because this region actually doesn't have a library. It's one of the like not all the regions do. Let's see. Like there are like only the big capital regions have libraries where you can go read the books. So maybe I should have an exclusive book just for the homeowners. There we go. Looks about right. Shouldn't cause any real issues. There we go. And now, if we bake it, it should light correctly. Let's see here. Bake! Give me sexy shading. Give me sexy shading. Yes! Ooh, the shading is good. The shading is good! Okay, let's do one last thing. I'm going to steal some books from this bookshelf over here. It's not even the same kind of bookshelf, but whatever. I don't care. At this point, I'm just throwing things at the wall. Just trying to min-max the like prettiest house. Alright, let's see here. Transform. There we go. And let's make this material unique so that I can there we go. And as I recall, this mesh actually is also like bakeable, so it should also take some lighting aspects to it as well. Let's see. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh, I think we're done. I think we just like perfected the house. Oh my god. This is so comfy now. Oh, I want to live here in real life. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, let's switch to the player view. And like actually like walk around and like explore our handiwork. Oh, I would live here. Oh, I'd live here. I would so live here. Oh my god. See, and you jump. You cannot see whether or not the trees are attached to anything as I designed. Oh man. Yeah, this is gorgeous. This just is This is like set a new benchmark for like what what the rest of the game now has to look like, which is both a blessing and a curse. It certainly drives me forward. But, whew, man, this looks just freaking phenomenal. Oh my god, I love it. Can I get out? Let's test the speedrunners. Can I? I can! Kind of. Oh, I can get stuck in the ceiling, apparently. Well, we might have to add an invisible wall. That's easy enough. I actually have an invisible wall that I can add to things. I can make a death zone. We get stuck in the ceiling, it just freaking kills you. That probably wouldn't go over very well with the player base, but it would be funny. Never underestimate the power of doing something for the funny. Okay. Let's see here. I'm just gonna view gizmos, make sure everything's lined up. Oh, it looks so good, you guys. Oh my god, yes. Oh, that's a shot right there. This needs to be like on the Steam page. Just this row here. Not with the gizmos, but like just oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Let's hide the player just for a moment while I just take a screenshot of this. I'm gonna take a screenshot. We're gonna do it now, chat. Oh. Ooh. Sexy. All right. Well, it's now 10:57, so our timing is actually perfect if we're playing to 11. So, I think we'll probably call it there. I'm not sure there's much more that we can do tonight, guys. If you guys are new to this, just so you know, every Wednesday is Wizzerd Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I stream, working on the game. So, same time next week, you'll see me again. Demo coming soon in just a couple of weeks. So you'll be able to get your hands on the game soon enough. Actual game comes out in September. You know, really looking forward to you all giving it a shot and telling me what you think. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to it for this particular stream. I want to thank you guys, especially those of you who toughed it out for literally 3 hours while we just like slowly grinded this out. But I think the result speaks for itself. So thank you all again so much for coming. You know, I really appreciate you being here as always. It's really a blessing to have any kind of fan base. And so just the fact that you guys turn up, some of you every single week, is it's really just heartwarming to me, and I appreciate it. So anyway, I'll stop gushing poetic and let you guys get on with your night or day or wherever it is, whatever time it is where you live. But thank you again. Wizzerd Quest is coming soon. And yeah, happy Wizzerd Wednesday. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.